team, listen up. It's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt. Are you serious, Coach? That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to OFOKnox.com. That's OFOKnox.com.
Deep down the middle's got his man, and he's gone. Jason Swain, touchdown.
It's time for the Swain event.
Guess what time it is? My time. You can check your iPhone. Better say it's our time.
With your host, Jason Swain.
My man.
Real sports talk for the real sports fan.
All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him.
It's time for the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Give me 2 pounds and a Ric Flair.
Best day of the week. What is today, actually? Did it say Wednesday?
Hump day.
It is, in fact, Wednesday.
Yeah. Best day of the week because today is Wednesday. 865-200-5503. Beat Drive Waterproofing Hotline. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Today's lunch special is the kitchen sink burrito. August the 1st. You guys feel it? Do you guys feel it in the air? I know I do. I went outside this morning, had to put something in the wifey's car, and I felt the weather. Oh yeah, fall is around the corner. That means we get football this month. That means Tennessee starts their practice here in a few hours, about 48 hours or so, 50 hours or so, on Friday. It's here, man. It is here. Ben McKee, Charlie Burris, Jason Swain. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Exciting stuff. Ready to talk actual football. And we're going to talk actual football today. But to talk about, hey, I've seen these guys in person. This is what they look like. And, you know, past spring practice, we can talk about these new guys. Talk about what this quarterback battle's looking like. I might.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ben.
How are y'all doing?
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'm so freaking happy when good things happen to good people. Honestly, I'm happy when good things happen to sometimes people who are not that good, to be honest. But I'm especially happy when the official news dropped yesterday about Trey Smith and Chris Lowe. Because he's Hollywood, because he's so famous, dropped the news about Trey Smith being cleared, and kind of came out and said that he had blood clots, and that is what was keeping him away from the practice field during the spring, and doctors and everyone want to be very, very careful. I will tell you during the spring practice, he was getting after it on the side. I mean, he had some very intense workouts, but there was no reason to play around with someone's health, and you want to be super, super careful. I'm glad everything worked out because there was a time that I was a little worried about him playing football, but started hearing really good news around the end of spring, and it wasn't my place to drop news about him being cleared or anything like that. But, we've talked about Trey Smith at length and felt that he would be okay. But a news officially dropped yesterday. Chris Lowe put that out, that he will be back.
Was that your John Ward impression?
He will be back. No. I don't impersonate John Ward, man. I can't do it.
No, I understand that. It's big news for Tennessee, as expected. Tennessee's offensive line, or Tennessee's offense, will go as Tennessee's offensive line goes this season. And while there for a while, we kind of knew that Trey Smith was going to be back, and now that is official. It's another guy that you can 100% pencil in along the offensive line, and that's huge for this offense that lacks depth up front, because I don't even want to think about a Tennessee offensive line in 2018 without Trey Smith.
Pencil? Man, we got to use a permanent marker.
You use a Sharpie on this one.
Yeah, man. You got to pull out the T.O. Sharpie out the sock and sign the football with Trey Smith, man. He is back. He is back. This offensive line looks totally different. Trey Smith and Brandon Kennedy, two guys that have played at a high level. Brandon Kennedy, we know if he is not backing up an All-American, potential first-round center, maybe things will be different for him in Alabama. But, hey, you're not going to play over an All-American. So he graduates. He gets his release. He is here at Tennessee. So now you have 2 out of your 5 guys that you feel really, 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 really good about. And now you just place, you piece the other 3 guys, and then you have them work together and be in sync. And who knows, the first line of defense there, the first team offensive line, is not so bad.
It's not great, but it's not bad either.
It can win you more games than what the experts are picking you to win. When you don't have the pressure right in your face coming from the nose tackle, that's going to allow Guarantano, Keller Chris to step up in the pocket, make some plays. You can deal with maybe a defensive end rushing and beating your tackle. You can't – there's nothing to do. There's nothing you can do when you have a nose tackle that is disruptive. When John Henderson, Albert Haynesworth were here, they were killing fools. And it made the defense a whole lot better. You remember when Jesse Malona was here, made it a whole lot easier. When you get that pressure from right in your face, it makes it a whole lot tougher for the opposing quarterback. So very excited to see Brandon Kennedy along with Trey Smith in the fold.
How big of a difference does this make? Because in this article, there is an asterisk in all of this. That is his doctor saying that, first of all, he will be on anticoagulants for about another 2 weeks, which are, so that his blood clots don't come back. He's been on them for about 6 months. And so he said he will be non-contact until about the middle of August. And then it says there's always a risk of blood clots reforming, and they're going to have to keep a close eye on him, and there's that element. But what my question here is, how much of a difference do you see it making, as good as Trey Smith is, that he didn't have fall practice and he didn't have spring practice and he's going to miss about half of fall practice?
When you're the best offensive lineman in college football, I don't know that it's going to affect you as much as it would a regular offensive lineman, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's a concern, without a doubt. But when you're the best offensive lineman in definitely the SEC and quite possibly the entire country, I don't know that it affects you as much. I think the thing for him will be getting used to contact again, and that should only take a couple of days to acclimate him to. So it's not like it's just going to be something out of the blue for him.
Yeah, I have my reaction right here. Are you ready, Charlie?
I'm ready. Hit me with it.
What was the question again? Let me just make sure this is going to be the right reaction.
So Trey Smith missed spring practice. He's going to be non-contact for the first 2 weeks of fall, sounds like.
Okay.
Does that make a difference?
I think we need to move Lonzo.
That ain't no problem.
Huh?
That ain't no problem.
Well,
That's my response. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem, Charlie.
You need to make that a hotkey.
Ain't no problem.
Yeah. We got to get that in the drops over there.
Ain't no problem. This is Trey Smith we talking about. Ain't no problem. Ain't no problem. This boy from Jackson, Tennessee. Did you see what he was doing to guys as a true freshman? He's only got bigger and stronger and faster and smarter. Ain't no problem. We good. We're good. Guys like that, they don't need a ton of time. Now, what he needs is he's going to need to continue to condition. I repeat, he's going to need to continue to condition, just like everyone else on this team.
There's a difference between being in shape and being in football shape.
Yes. You can run all day long with your shirt off. You can run all day long with a costume on. Man, I couldn't even wait that long, man, for that one. Anyways, but you can do all that all day. But it's a different type of conditioning when you have on your helmet, when you have on your shoulder pads, when you are hitting play to play to play. That's a different type of conditioning. So, yes, everyone is going to have to work into football shape. Everyone will be asked to do that. But as far as being able to strike the defender and needing to warm up and being a little rusty, I'm not worried about Trey Smith there. I mean, he's going to work himself into shape. I don't know who said it, but someone said on Twitter that Trey Smith is, doesn't have to condition. I mean, that's the silliest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, everybody is at zero when it comes to football shape because you're hitting. How do you recover from a long day of hour and a half physical football practice where you're hitting, when you had a scrimmage? You got to get used to doing that. If Tennessee played right now against West Virginia, they would be sore probably longer now than they would be if we play September the 1st after a whole month of practice of hitting and getting used to recovering after a physical practice. So everyone has work to do. There's not a college coach in the country who wants to play their first game on this Saturday. No, we got a lot of work to do. Everybody has a lot of work to do. So Trey Smith, he will be all right because he's a stud. And I'm so happy that officially he is back. I do understand he has more medication to take and won't be able to do full contact until later in the month. But I'm not worried about him being able to come back, physically dominate like he's been doing here at the University of Tennessee. He's going to have maybe some better competition in practice. He's going to have some better competition. Yeah, absolutely, because I think the defensive line will be better. I think our guys on the line have a purpose. They have a sense of urgency. They have better coaching. The culture is more positive. Yeah, I think he'll have more competition, but I ain't worried about Trey Smith.
Now, if we get to the midway point in August and maybe Trey Smith has a hurdle pop up that we didn't think was going to pop up, that's when I become worried. If it's late August and I don't want to say relapse, but if things pop back up again, that's when I would get worried.
I think blood clots wouldn't show up that quickly, so I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to say that, but I know that they take quite some time to form. It's not an overnight like, oh, you got a blood clot now,
right.
Something like that. So I don't foresee that happening. But like I said, I mean, this doctor said there is always a risk of this coming back, and they're just going to have to monitor him very closely. But yeah, if he isn't back after the first couple weeks of practice, definitely get a little side eye from us. That's for sure.
No, it's reason to always be cautious when you're dealing with something like this. But I will say, I was hearing that he would be fine like in the spring. So they've been very, very, very careful in their approach with Trey Smith. But again, him being able to bounce back and not have too much rust on his game, I don't think that's going to be a problem. Ain't no problem at all. We'll be
Ain't
good
no
to,
problem.
We'll be good to go.
Shannon Sharp has the best sound clips.
Oh, yeah. He is a walking meme. He's a walking GIF. He's a walking video clip.
And the best part is he does not care.
That show on Fox Sports 1, I know Skip Bayless is on it, but Shannon makes that show.
Yes, I agree.
Shannon makes that show. He's
the only tolerable one on there.
He is great, man. I love me some Shannon Sharp. All right. We will take our first break of the day. Come back. We'll go to the phone lines. Trey Smith is back. Chris Lowe from ESPN will join us a little bit later on in the show. We will talk to Tennessee defensive tackle commit Savion Williams here on the show, so can't wait to talk to him. We got a chance to chop it up just a little bit last night, so I'm looking forward to you being able to hear from him. And then I also talked to Trevor Daniel yesterday, who's down there with the Houston Texans. Talked to him right after he got off the practice field, so we'll play that clip for you at some point during the show. So Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Stay with us.
Hour 1 of the Swain event is driven by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are conveniently located off the Lovell Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
Get ready for a better school year by shopping the Back to School sale at Better Mattress happening now. Whether you're a parent or a student, you know a good night's sleep makes a difference in your day. Whether it's the patience to sit in school traffic or the concentration you need to pass your test, a better night's sleep is super important for the whole household. Right now, choose a twin, full, or queen bundle deal, all starting at just $379. The Back to School bundle deal from Better Mattress is everything you need in one stop for a better night's sleep. Get a mattress, box spring, frame, sheets, and a memory foam pillow, all delivered for free, starting at just $379. You choose the size twin, full, or queen, the price stays the same. We know one size doesn't fit all. Over a dozen different mattresses qualify for this offer. Have a better school year this year. Get the Better Mattress Back to School bundle deal while supplies last. Tell them Seth sent you and ask to try my mattress. Don't wait, shop now. Chat live with a representative at bedrmattress.com. Good night just got better.
At some point in your life, you're going to need an attorney. You need a guy like Jared Castile with the law firm of Butler, Vines, and Babb. Jared Castile is East Tennessee born, and he understands what giving his all truly means. To Jared, every case is big and every client is important. He will aggressively push your case to make sure you are quickly paid every dollar that you deserve. Give Jared Castile a call, 865-244-3933, and talk with him directly. His office is located at 2701 Kingston Pike. So if you've been injured in a car wreck, let Jared Castile and Butler, Vines, and Babb fight for you.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork, and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, My Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
You're listening to the Swain event.
And you know this, man.
All right, let's get to the B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline, Hour 1 and Swain Event TV, driven by Toyota Knoxville and ToyotaKnoxville.com. New and pre-owned vehicles right there at their website at ToyotaKnoxville.com. 10415 Parkside Drive is their address. Let's get to Andy. Andy, good morning.
Good morning. How y'all doing this morning?
We're doing great, individual. Andy, how are you doing, sir?
Well, you know, there's one thing I've learned. It's hard to go to work full time and not try to pay attention to Tennessee news.
That is true.
Been there.
It is something that I have literally got to learn to balance, because all I want to do is, guess what? Look up Tennessee news. Especially when I seen Xavier Williams. I was like, dang, that dude's a beast.
Yes, Savion he's a grown man. That's, and I'm starting to see more and more people pick up on this trend of what it takes to win an SEC. You need guys that look like your uncle, and Savion fits that profile. He looks so old. You know, I feel like I need to get permission from him to go out and break curfew. I mean, he looks that old. He looks like he's known Jabbar Davis for the last 15, 20 years. I mean, he looks that old. And I was talking to him on the phone yesterday, and I said, man, bro, you look old, man. I just had to let him know. You do not look like a college athlete. He started laughing, and we had a couple laughs there last night. But that's what it takes. It takes guys that look like that they have a fake birth certificate to play organized sports. And Savion fits that profile, man. He's a beast. 6'4", 300+. I saw a video of him just manhandling an offensive lineman so bad that one of the other offensive linemen was just shaking his head in disgust. Just felt bad for him. But he reminds me a lot of Jesse Malona. First time I watched him, Jesse Malona came in, and rest in peace, Jesse. But Jesse came in from JUCO and was quick. He was shorter than Savion, but he was quick. He was so powerful, had a motor, and Jesse went on to be an All-American. His picture was there in the complex. I'm not sure they changed the look of everything, but I'm sure Jesse's picture is somewhere hanging up there in the football complex. He was an All-American here at Tennessee, but that's the first thought I had when I saw Savion Williams film yesterday was Jesse Malona.
I've got one more thing.
What you got, Andy? You got some more tattoos?
Watching Carlos Kelly today with the team really, really just gets me fired up. Every time they do one of them team session type deals, it just gives me chill bumps. And one more thing, much love to Trey Smith. I cannot wait to see him wreak havoc on the SEC this year. But hopefully everything will be all right. And that's all I got. And go Vols.
Thank you. Thank you, Andy. It's good to hear from you.
Let's get to Chris in Georgia.
Chris in Georgia. Chris, man, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, with Trey Smith's situation, it's good to have him back. And it's almost, I mean, if you have to have a silver lining in it, you never want somebody to have that kind of health issues. But with us, the snake bites we've had with injuries over the last few years, especially up front, I mean, him doing straight weightlifting and stuff like that for the first 2 weeks and just doing non-contact drills, I mean, it really can't hurt us that bad. So, I mean, while it'd be best for him to be wreaking havoc, one, it'll keep him from hurting any of our defensive linemen, and two, it'll keep him from getting hurt. But I mean, even with this new staff, it's crazy the comparison between the last three strength conditioning coaches or lack thereof, and then how we're doing now. And I mean, by this point last year, we'd have 3 starting offensive linemen out, wide receiver gone, 2 defensive linemen, and a running back or 2 down, and probably going to be gone for half the season. And it's just crazy because you don't really have that. You got a couple nicks and bumps here, but I mean, there's, knock on wood, there's nobody who it's just like, yeah, we don't expect to see him for the season, or we don't expect to see him till the Kentucky game. So, I mean, it's just insane how that one important hire that our last coach just breezed over, and you think him paying Rock Gullickson, a ridiculous amount of money was going to help fix that. But I mean, even then, a lot of these kids had checked out too. I mean, you had kids that when they got hurt, they just didn't even want to show up to practice anymore and stopped showing up with the team just because they didn't respect the staff. And what you got now is these kids. You don't have kids transferring out. The kids that did transfer out, they were ready to transfer out long before Jeremy Pruitt was ever hired. And you got these kids balled in, and it's crazy night and day. And I think the Tennessee's definitely being slept on. I mean, I don't think we're going to make a run. Georgia's still there. Yeah, Alabama's still there. But we got some tough teams on the schedule, but I think this team's a lot better than people's giving them credit for, especially if they can stay as healthy as they have over the spring and summer workouts.
No, great phone call, Chris. I 100% agree with you. You sound very, very, very informed about what was going on. And if I know that I'm going to get into a street fight with someone that is probably bigger, stronger than me, am I just going to let him beat me up? Am I going to just say, please, man, just pretty please, man, let's just talk about this over some Natty Light and some bagel bites. Come on, man, please, man, let's just not talk. Come on, man, come on, we ain't got to fight. When all avenues have been exhausted, what are you gonna do? You gonna tuck tail, or you gonna swing? You gonna swing first? What are you gonna do? You never know. You may catch him slipping. You may catch him with the right hook, put him to sleep. You have no clue. That's how I look at Georgia. That's how I look at Alabama. You don't know. And Tennessee may lose those games. But I tell you one thing, the game will not be lost in the tunnel. The game will not be lost during the week of practice. The game will not be lost in the minds of our players even before the first snap. And that was what was going on the last couple of years. Now, 15, you had a chance to go out there and beat them, and you're leading in the fourth quarter. But last year, you can't tell me that these guys were not defeated even before the game started. You lost 41-0. Come on now. With Peyton in the house. You don't play like that with Peyton's in the house. What's wrong with you? That's disrespectful.
It's like acting out when your grandparents come in town.
That's right. That is right. Or acting up in school when your parents come to observe the classroom, which is something I did. Anyways, you can't do that. You can't show out like that. You gotta make sure you play with your best. And so these guys will believe that they can win every single game. Whether they do it or not, that's another story. But they will believe. They will go out there and they will punch people in the mouth first. And they get punched in the mouth back, then they'll punch again. And that's the mentality you got to have to win in this conference, to compete each and every day. Because people look at the schedule and they say, oh, when you play in Georgia, you play in Florida, you play in Alabama. Yeah, those are tough games. What people don't realize is how you have to compete every freaking day. In the weight room, in practice, every rep is the difference between you playing and not playing. Every rep. When Tennessee is getting the players in like they are used to getting, and when Tennessee is winning like we're hoping we see more of, but during those times, it was an all-out claw and scratch type of fight every single day. And so you're ready for Georgia. You're ready for Alabama. You're ready for Florida, because every single day you're competing against the number one player in the country the year before. And that's the way we got to our culture needs to be that way. Hopefully it gets back to that. And I'm very confident that with the way this staff is recruiting right now, and then the way that the in-state linemen are looking for 2020, I got a chance that we'll have the players sooner than later. Let's get to Strider. Strider, good morning.
Hey, Swain. Long time no talk to you, man.
Strider, man. My man. Good morning.
Hey.
It's good to hear from you.
Yeah. Hey, first of all, so far I like most everything Pruitt is doing. As you probably could guess, I'm thrilled that we're going to have a fullback again.
What is that?
And I'm thrilled that we're never going to see those ugly gray uniforms again. We're going to be orange and white the way Tennessee's supposed to be.
It's a controversial take right
Yeah,
there.
Strider, I know you was not a big fan of the smoky gray uniforms, but, you know, when Jeremy Pruitt was hired and I started hearing about him, I thought about you, Strider, because that's your type of coach. I mean, he's old school. He's not about that, blowing smoke up your butt. He is straight business. And I know that's what you like, Strider. It reminds you a little bit of the old school approaches from the great head coaches. And I don't know what kind of head coach Pruitt's going to be, but as far as a football coach, he's a guy that probably could have coached in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, to be honest.
Right. I mean, it's just a recipe for success. We'll see, but so far I like everything. Let me ask you a question. Do you know if he has he junked the zone blocking scheme also?
That's a really good question, Strider, and I won't really have a true answer for you until a couple days when they start practice, because I really wasn't paying attention to the blocking scheme enough to really speak on it today during the spring. I really didn't. I don't think there's going to be as much of the zone blocking scheme. There's going to be more responsibility put on you beating the guy in front of you, but it would be irresponsible of me to sit here and say that they're not going to do it at all. But I can say that they won't do as much of it as they did in the past. They won't rely on it. It's more about you beating the guy in front of you and putting that personal responsibility on yourself to win that battle. And that battle sometimes is won in recruiting. But the amount of zone blocking that we're doing versus man blocking, I'm not 100% sure right now.
Yeah. Well, I just think the zone blocking scheme takes away all aggressiveness. They're having to think instead of just react. With some coaching, and I think we're going. The guys are going to get it now. This offensive line could be pretty good. Of course, you got Trey Smith and Kennedy that transferred from Alabama, but the other guys, weren't most of, if not all of them, 4 or 5 stars coming out of high school.
Yeah, I mean, Drew Richmond was a 5-star.
Yeah.
Chance Hall was a 3-star Strider, but he had great measurables. He had elite, he had some elite measurables there. He was very tall, very athletic. Chance Hall played as a true freshman. The only thing that's been a problem for him is injuries, but Chance Hall has those elite measurables that you look for in a 3-star recruit. Chance Hall has that. And then, Drew Richmond, we know about him coming in. He was a 5-star guy. So you have talent there at the offensive line. It's just, continuing to develop that depth because you're changing styles, okay? You're going more smash mouth, which means there's going to be more collisions there in the box. So you open yourself up for more injuries. But it does help you win more football games and keep your defense off the field too. So the first line right there, man, the first lineup, first team offensive line, I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah, well, if there's as much improvement as I expect, we could be a little better than people think we're going to be.
I agree. I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to win 9, 8 games, anything like that, but I think they will exceed some national media's expectations, even some media here in the SEC that picked Tennessee to be second to last in the East. I think Tennessee is going to catch a team slipping this year. I really do believe that.
Yeah. Hey, good to talk to you again, man.
Miss you, Strider, man. Call back anytime, man.
I'll do it.
All right, Strider. 865-200-5503, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Chris Lowe will join us at the top of the hour. Savion Williams will join us at 8:30. So if you were wondering a time, I guess you can just turn us off and then come back at 8:30 if you just want to use this for the interview. I mean, I would feel pretty used if you did that. I mean, I would appreciate it.
It's a little violating, but
Yeah, whatever. I would. I wouldn't feel good at all if you did that. I mean, I prefer you stay with us until 8:30, but just in case you just want to listen to Savion. I mean, I understand. I mean, I've already played. I've already committed. So, I mean, why would you want to listen to me? Savion is I mean, he's new. He has cool tattoos. He's a big old dude.
Got a massive neck beard that is admirable.
Yeah, I want to know what kind of beard oil he uses, man. Is that Juices and Berries? Is that Soul Glow?
I was trying to think of the brand that I use. I was like, I think it's, but I can't think of what it is.
Is that Soul Glow? Is that Juices and Berries? What does Savion use for his beard oil? I want to know that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to ask him because, yeah, I mean, I assume he's had that since the age of what, 12? You know, he's had 6 or 7 years. I think he's had that beard probably. So
probably he's been growing it for about 20 years now.
Yeah.
If he had it at 12, 20 years, 12 plus 20, 32. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Swain Event. Be right back.
Hour 1 of the Swain Event is driven by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are conveniently located off the Lovell Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Having surgery can be scary, and having to navigate around a massive medical center can be even more overwhelming. Fortunately, the premier office-based surgery center in Knoxville offers a convenient and affordable option for surgical care. Our skilled surgeons and friendly staff treat you just like family. Everything at our state-certified accredited center is designed with your comfort in mind, and Premier offers flat fee package pricing for basic gallbladder and hernia procedures. Visit premiersurgerypackages.com for more details. The Premier Office-Based Surgery Center. Surgical expertise you can trust.
Goes your car insurance. Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Gentlemen, when it comes to health and quality of life, there are numbers every man needs to know, including our testosterone number. I recommend going to Low T Center. They make it quick and easy to get your levels checked, and it's covered by most health insurance. Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. It can raise your cholesterol, cause weight gain, and loss of muscle mass. Low T Center's physicians specialize in treating low T in men. Listen to me here. They know men's health and are reinventing men's health care. Call 865-392-1388 or go to lowtcenter.com.
Craving homemade flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at the grocery store with flavors of home in every bite. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gold gluten-free select cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy the sweet taste of a home-cooked meal in every container. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
Small town, like a small town when I'm
I'm Vince Moore, wide receiver, VFL 1991, and you're listening to the Swain Event.
Swain Event, SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. Today's lunch special is the kitchen sink burrito, toasted flour tortilla, loaded with brisket, pork, and chicken, queso, tater tots. the red, white, and blue slaw, fried jalapenos, and spicy barbecue wing sauce served with chips and salsa. That is the lunch special today at Dead End Barbecue. 865-200-5503, B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. I see it. I see it on Twitter. I see more and more people getting excited after telling themselves they would not get excited, after telling themselves they had to wait and see. It's the weather, I'm telling you.
You know what on Twitter probably got me the most, like my eyes got a little wide, like, whoa, look at that. So I was just searching Savion Williams. You know, just Twitter searching, seeing what people were saying, seeing what articles were up there, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I saw a Georgia fan. And he was asking some big recruiting account for Georgia a question, and the guy said, with the loss of Savion Williams, is it safe to say that we'll be firing our defensive line coach after this season? I was like, whoa, first of all, what a hot take. And second, you got Georgia a little up in their feelings about losing a recruit. How about that?
They are the last school that should be worried about losing a recruit.
That's what I said. I was like, my goodness, this person has to be perturbed. But the recruiting account didn't act like it was a crazy question. I looked to see if the person had replied, and they said something like, "We'll talk about this on our show today," or something. That I think maybe it was a radio show. So I was like, whoa, look at that. Got Georgia folks worried about their defensive line coach because they're losing recruits at Tennessee.
There's gonna be players, Charlie, that Tennessee is going to get that Georgia or Florida or Alabama they don't want. There's gonna be players that Tennessee sees value in that other teams want. And there's gonna be players that Tennessee may not want, but Georgia and Florida may want. I'm telling you right now, look at what Dan Mullen's doing. And don't be surprised if a kid from Tennessee commits to Florida. And I don't care how many stars he has next to his name. I'm warning you now. It is 7:42 on a Wednesday, August the 1st. I'm warning you now. I will not have much patience with folks freaking out if a player from Tennessee with a nice little ranking next to his name commits to Florida. It's going to happen more than likely. Just be ready for it. If it happens, it's because Tennessee did not want the player. Does not mean the player's not good. It's just, hey, he's just not for us, and that's okay. But don't get caught up in the perception game. Don't get caught up there. That's going to happen. And Pruitt said that if you're going to beat these teams, you're going to have to beat them out in recruiting too for some of the kids. And here's Exhibit A, Savion Williams. Savion Williams. They wanted Savion Williams. And Tennessee got Savion from Georgia. Now, Tennessee has lost some battles to Georgia so far. But that's going to happen. You're going to lose some, you're going to win some. And so it's close. If you can get it as close as possible, 40-60, 50-50, then it comes down to coaching. It comes down to, how well can you develop your players? How well can you keep guys out of trouble? How well can you educate them and motivate them and have them playing together as a team? Because it's a slight edge. I mean, it's the difference between, winning and losing. It can be inches. It can be one play. It can be one call from the referee. So, Savion, Tennessee got him away from Georgia. So I thought it was a good pickup. I was surprised. I had heard that that Savion wanted to take his time, but he was ready to go. And I'm glad that he decided to go ahead and commit, and that way he can help Tennessee recruit. Spots are filling up. Spots are filling up fast. Got about 25 spots available each and every year. You can play with the numbers if you want to, but spots are filling up. quick, fast, and in a hurry, and you build it from within. That's how you build championship teams, and you are looking at the start of that right now with all these commitments in the defensive line, the offensive line, some big body players, tight end, big dudes. Swain event, Attaboy, is coming up next. Stay with us.
Hour 1 of the Swain event is driven by Toyota Knoxville. Stop by Toyota Knoxville to see their great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. They are conveniently located off the Lovell Road exit at 10415 Parkside Drive, right here in Knoxville.
There is an 80% chance of showers today, cloudy with a high of 78 and a low of 68. Tomorrow, the chance of rain drops to 70% with a high of 78 and a low of 67. Friday, things clear a little more with just a 50% chance of precipitation and a high in the low 80s. I'm sitting here with head ball coach Steve Spurrier. Coach, how do you feel about Gators After Dark? Well, I had to go to Coach Mullen and tell him you misread the sign. It says work 'em silly, Gators, not work silly Gators. Easy reading comprehension. That's not too surprising. Wish Mother Nature would have rained out their silly little costume workout. Click clack. As always, weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give Be-Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, Be-Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. Be-Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words: better call Be-Dry. Reach out to Be-Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call Be-Dry.
VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense?
Swain-O, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The Berry Punch and Activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the Pure Recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain-O, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The Chocolate Gladiator and the Chocolate Shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, oh, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you will feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com.
Hey Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell him Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com. Warranty good at participating dealers.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy is good.
Homes, remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy.
Oh man, one of the best segments here on the show because we highlight positivity, we highlight the good in the world here on the Swain event. Attaboy is powered by Premier Surgical and PremierSurgical.com.
If you've ever had surgery, you may have experienced sticker shock afterwards when you receive all of your bills, but thankfully, the Premier Surgical Office-Based Surgery Center on Paper Mill here in Knoxville offers flat fee package pricing for basic laparoscopic gallbladder and hernia surgeries. It's just one price, one bill, and you know all the cost up front. It's exceptional care at an affordable price. That is Premier Surgical Associates. Expertise you can trust.
All right, gentlemen, who wants to go first on their attaboys? I got me a good one here.
I've got me a good one as well, and I'll go ahead and get mine out of the way. I'm giving Oak Valley Baptist Church and local barbers in Oak Ridge an attaboy because on Sunday afternoon, they provided free haircuts for students heading back to school over the next few weeks. Tyro Romano, a student at Oak Ridge High School, said, "I really think this is a really nice thing that the barbers are doing for us." So barbershops all over Oak Ridge were packed with students of all ages, eagerly awaiting their trim. Oak Ridge starts school back. Started on Monday. Wow. School starts so early nowadays.
Jeez.
Wow, I did not realize. Monday, July 30th.
Still in July, yeah.
Wow.
That's
so
crazy.
First week back to school for Oak Ridge, and really cool to see a bunch of barbers come together and church as well and give some kids some free haircuts.
Were they bowls? Were they bowls though? You know, that's what I'm talking about.
They just lined them up, bowl.
Yeah.
Nah.
Hey, Sally, go get the popcorn bowl. The old one we used to use back when we used to Netflix and chill. Come on here, son. Let me get you right.
They're the good haircuts.
Oh yeah, man. Got the mohawk going, man.
Yeah.
Looking real good. Okay, yeah.
The high fade.
Oh
Like
yeah,
a real salon cut right
Looking
there.
good right there. Looking real good. He went to the same barbershop from Coming to America right there. yeah, man.
My attaboy is a little more silly, but I have an attaboy for Elk Grove Village, Illinois. Now, if you don't know what Elk Grove Village is, well, let me tell you, it is the town with the largest industrial park in the United States. Now, why are we talking about them? Because they are the newest sponsor of the Bahamas Bowl. And you might be wondering why I'm giving them an attaboy. I thought about this at first, and I saw it, and I was like, well, that's stupid. Why is a town in Illinois sponsoring a bowl game like that? And then I thought about it. I'm like, I'm talking about this town in Illinois that I didn't know existed before. So actually, this advertising's kind of working, right? So
I guess, man. I guess they're gonna send you a check.
Well, whatever. But
40% Swain event, though.
Yeah. You got to send it over here. But I just thought about this, and I was like, this is actually a really smart move. It's not like we're gonna, go and move to Elk Grove, Illinois, and move our show there.
Why not?
But I just thought, this is actually really creative. There's some funny, there's like the Cherubundi Tart Cherry Boca Raton Bowl. Like, what is that? The San Diego Credit Union Bowl, something like that. Like, there's these weird sponsors.
What was the mowing one?
The Bad Boy.
Yeah, the Bad Boy
Mowers.
That was awesome.
Yeah. There are these funny sponsors, but this one, where initially I was like, what? Elk Grove, Illinois? What are we doing here? And then I thought about it. I didn't know Elk Grove, Illinois existed until this, came up. So I will say a little bit of innovative marketing on their part. So you got me. There you go.
Have you done your research on Elk Grove, Illinois? And is there anything special about Elk Grove? Like, why would I want to go to Elk Grove, Illinois?
So I think the entire point of this is to move businesses there. Although I think Illinois' tax rates are pretty
high, not to like rain on their parade. But it has the largest industrial park in the world. Like
it's
I
actually
mentioned
one
earlier,
of Chicago's metropolitan areas.
Oh, there you go.
Next to the O'Hara International Airport.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
I like some good marketing when I see it, and this one was interesting for sure because the Bahamas Bowl is like one of the little ones. No one no one even goes. Obviously, it's in the Bahamas. There's like 5 people at it every year,
and it's the family of the players.
Yeah, and I think ESPN in some sense is like an owner. I think of this bowl.
I don't know.
And so it's basically just for ratings.
We're gonna start seeing the New York City Bowl, the Miami Bowl, the Chicago Bowl.
Hey, maybe. Nate need the Knoxville Bowl. Except this does make me think, like, how much does it cost to sponsor a bowl game? Obviously, this is a town, and I would assume they use taxpayer money for this, right? So it can't be
You're the one with the
that
master's
much.
degree, don't ask me.
I know, dude. You the one with the master's degree.
Well, you have to be able to justify this cost to your taxpayers, so it couldn't be that much. Is it cheap enough where we could have the Swain Event Bowl?
I don't want a bowl. I don't want a bowl in Knoxville. I don't want another team in Knoxville.
Well, I'm just saying. I don't want the Swain Event Bahamas Bowl.
I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with the Swain Event Bahamas Bowl, but I don't want 2 teams in Knoxville. I mean, only the away team that's going to play us on Saturday, but this is Orange Country. By God,
that's a good point.
I'm tired of seeing people drive around here with Alabama Crimson Tide license plates. That's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it. I don't want to see it anymore. So. No, can't come to Knoxville. Knoxville's big Orange Country. But that is interesting. All right, speaking of Chicago, on a flight to Chicago, it was not the first time that this lady felt compelled to gush about how much she loves her students. But it was the first time people responded with such compassion. A perfect example of the friendly skies. Get it? Yep, I know you do. The 27-year-old teacher was on a Southwest flight to visit her parents in Florida earlier this month when she was seated next to a con man who asked her what she did for a living. He's just trying to get her digits. Delighted to brag about her students at Carlos Fuentes Elementary School, she chatted about the joy she felt working with impoverished children. When he asked about the greatest challenge that I face, I was honest with him. She wrote on Facebook, I told him that working at low-income schools can be heartbreaking. She praised all the wonderful teachers who endeavor into their own wallets to provide for the kids, whether buying school supplies or clothing, even toiletries. So basically, people on the plane started giving her money to help her with her students.
That's all.
She got off the plane and counted the money that was given to her, and it was $500. So, attaboy to a little friendly sky action there. Usually we hear about all the drama, but great attaboy. Hour 2 is around the corner. Touchdown turnover coming up next.
Touchdown or turnover is up next on the Swain event.
Get ready for a better school year by shopping the Back to School sale at Better Mattress happening now. Whether you're a parent or a student, you know a good night's sleep makes a difference in your day. Whether it's the patience to sit in school traffic or the concentration you need to pass your test, a better night's sleep is super important for the whole household. Right now, choose a twin, full, or queen bundle deal, all starting at just $379. The Back to School bundle deal from Better Mattress is everything you need in one stop for a better night's sleep. Get a mattress, box spring, frame, sheets, and a memory foam pillow, all delivered for free, starting at just $379. You choose the size twin, full, or queen, the price stays the same. We know one size doesn't fit all. Over a dozen different mattresses qualify for this offer. Have a better school year this year. Get the Better Mattress Back to School Bundle deal while supplies last. Tell them Seth sent you and ask to try my mattress. Don't wait, shop now. Chat live with the representative at bedrmattress.com. Good night just got better.
When I made the move to my own studio, I was worried about this. I was worried about that. I was worried about, hey, did I get this piece of equipment? Did I get that piece of equipment? Does that sound good? Does that not sound good? One thing I didn't have to worry about, that was office furniture, because Office Furniture Outfitters met my furniture needs. With a 50,000 square foot facility, they have East Tennessee's largest selection and are the best value for new and used office furniture. Located in Knoxville, it's easy to find everything you need for your new space, including desks, file cabinets, chairs, conference tables, and more. Office Furniture Outfitters is turnkey. They came to my place, we mapped everything out that was needed, they delivered, and get this, set everything up. To learn more about what Office Furniture Outfitters can do for you, log on to ofonox.com. That's ofonox.com.
All right, team, listen up. It's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt. Are you serious, Coach? That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong.
Touchdown or Turnover is backed by Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, a place where you belong, better rates and better service. Take advantage of their Got Debt campaign, where they can pay you up to $500 for your debt. Go to their website at atfcu.com. That's Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union. Touchdown turnover is kind of like our true false, okay? We throw out a question, and then each person, each individual with a microphone shares why they don't believe the statement or they do believe the statement. So we'll make this one about Tennessee. We got Chris Lowe coming on, who spent some time with Trey Smith, who spent some time there. I want to say with Coach Pruitt, and looking forward to hearing what Chris Lowe has to say about his conversations there on campus. Touchdown or turnover that Trey Smith will play guard and tackle at some point during the 2018 season. He will play guard and tackle. We saw that from him in his freshman year. You look at where he is right now, looks like he's going to be at guard, but he can play tackle. He's a guy that can do it all. He can do both of them at a high level. But you got to play guys. You have a line, you have a group, and Trey Smith may be better at tackle, but you may have someone else that can only play tackle but they can't play guard. And so you got to put guys in the best spot that benefits the entire group. Do you see Trey Smith at guard and tackle at some point during the season? Touchdown, turnover.
I say touchdown, and quite simple in getting to the point because we got to get to CeeLo, is Trey Smith is your most talented offensive lineman, and you hit on it right there for just a second in that Trey Smith may have to play guard because you're going to have a guy like what if maybe Drew Richmond isn't best suit for guard. Maybe he has to stay out at the tackle position. So I think because of that, Trey Smith does kind of go back and forth between guard and tackle. And the main reason I think Trey Smith gets some run at both is because in the SEC, you're bound to lose an offensive lineman at some point. And I think that Tennessee's depth is at the point where they're going to need Trey Smith to move around because he is your best offensive line and because he is so flexible at the positions he can play. So I do think that he plays multiple positions this year along the offensive line.
I'm going to say touchdown also.
Tennessee, just looking at that offensive line roster, has enough dudes this season where Trey shouldn't have to play both. Shouldn't. That's like a big, shining neon highlight of that word. Shouldn't. But, the world's not a perfect place, and everything doesn't always go to plan, and I just think at some point during the season, he is going to have to play both positions as good as he is at guard. I mean, he's just a monster on the line in general, and he'll do perfectly well at both. But I think he does end up playing at both positions, even though, I mean, this season you have transferred Jameer Johnson, you have Brandon Kennedy coming in, you have a guy like Kayron Calber back, which you don't really know if he'll be a contributor, but he was out all last year with injury, so you really haven't seen him. Maybe he will be. You have new additions like that, but at the same time, this offensive line is still a little scant. So I think ultimately he does play both.
Well, there's not a lot of people that knows more about what Trey Smith is going through right now. Chris Lowe got a chance to spend some time with Trey Smith and broke the news that he was officially cleared by doctors to participate this football season. We know that he still has medication that he can take, and there's still some slight limitations, but really good news nonetheless. And you can't spell Hollywood without the word low. You cannot spell it now. So we are joined by Mr. Hollywood himself. You will see him on your television all college football season because he's a go-to SEC analyst there. That is Chris Lowe, who so gracious with his time this morning. Chris, good morning.
Jason, I appreciate that introduction, my friend. And, I want to point out that you can't still win without Swain.
That is correct. That is correct. I should have used that when I was younger, and the coach was like, "Hey, you can't. There's no I in team, but there's a Swain. There's a win in Swain. Let's get it. Throw me the ball."
There's always a win there in Swain, no matter how you break it down. Good to be back with you this year, my friend.
Oh yeah, and we will be joined by Chris Lowe every Wednesday. Now Chris is busy now, so maybe we might have to flip a day or so. We haven't had to do that, I don't think, last season, but you can expect Chris Lowe to join us each and every week until he big times us and gets bigger and more famous. So who knows what's going to happen then. But Chris, you got a chance to hang out at the complex, spend some time with Trey Smith, and Chris time here on the Swain event is sponsored by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, and I can't wait to tell you a little bit about what they do after our interview. But Chris, how was your time with Trey Smith? I know he's excited to finally be cleared and get back on the football field.
Yes, he's relieved too, Jason, that he's relieved that he's been given the clearance to play again, and relieved that he was just really scared, as any 18-year-old would be, when all this started back in February. He didn't know what was wrong with him. He couldn't finish workout. He couldn't catch his breath when he walked across campus. He knew something was wrong. He'd been in great shape. He always finished his runs. Something just didn't add up. And so finally, when the doctors, Dr. Klink and everybody at UT were really good about running tests and running a blood test, and they did the scan, and then they found the clot. So while that was as scary as imagine, at least he knew, and this is in his words what he told me, at least he knew what was wrong with it, and Trey being an athlete and a football player, he's like, at least now we can tackle it and go forward. And he met with a hematologist here in town, Dr. Hannah. He went up to Boston to meet with an international expert on clotting disorders, basically for a second opinion, to make sure that his diagnosis and course for treatment was the same as Dr. Hannah. He also did a cardiac workup at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. His mom, he lost his mom, Dorset, at 51 3 years ago to congestive heart failure. So they wanted to make sure they checked all the boxes and covered all the bases. And the consensus was that he go on a 6-month course of blood thinning medication, anticoagulants, I think is the way you say it, followed by baby aspirin. Now, he's still on the blood thinners, and I think the thing that the fans need to understand is he's not going to come off those until sometime during camp. Dr. Klink told me sometime before the first game. Whether that's mid-August, whether that's August 20th, August 25th, just whenever his complete 6-month course of treatment is over. And it's at that time that he will be able to start having contact again. So until that, you won't see him out there in contact. Now, he's been doing everything up to this point. He's been conditioning, he's been lifting, he's been out there, everything, but he just hasn't been able to have contact. So that's where he is. And I know Coach Pruitt yesterday when I talked with him was probably as realistic as anybody. He said, hey, let's not be unrealistic about expectations for Trey right off the bat. He didn't go through spring. He's going to miss part of fall camp. He's only played 1 year of college football. Look at everything he's endured. So let's not judge him as a football player in game one. Probably a fair assessment of where Trey Smith is once we get to 4 or 5, game 4 or 5. And I would agree. I think that's right. But Trey can't wait to get back out there today. And I asked him, I said, man, Trey, he looked at me, he shook his head, he said, you can't play football if you get out there and hit somebody. I just can't wait to get out there and hit somebody. You're talking about a big man, 6'6", 335 pounds. That's the other thing. Initially, when he was going through all this stuff way back in February, he dropped a lot of weight. I think he lost like 12 or 13 pounds. But he's back to 335 now. It looks like $1 billion. So some people, when they go on the centers, and it's individualized, will lose weight. He's right back at 335. He thinks he's stronger than he's ever been. Thinks he's even more explosive. And he's ready. His family's on board. He's such a tight-knit family. I had a chance to meet with his sister Ashley, who works over there. She's a great gal. And the thing that runs through that family is their love for Tennessee. His dad, Henry. And I tell you what his dad told me, Jason. He says, this has been tough on all of us. It's been scary. Losing my wife and losing their mom 2 years ago sort of brings it all back. That's still raw, as you might expect. I lost my mom 3 years ago, and I still think about her every day. He said, but what this has done is it's only made us tighter as a family, and it's made me realize, and again, this is Henry Smith's word, it's made me realize that Trey's exactly where he should be. He's at the right place, the right people. They're taking care of him. Nobody mentioned football, he said, until about 2 weeks ago. Nobody. He said it was all about Trey's life and well-being, his quality of life 10 years from now, 20 years from now. He said it was only about 2 weeks ago that they even started talking about football again. Coach Pruitt was right there for Trey all the way through, making sure he was okay. But Coach Pruitt was not involved in any of the consultations with doctors. That he left all that to the medical people. It was only about a couple of weeks ago that he was in the final meeting where they sat down with Trey and Henry and the doctors and said, okay, here's where you are. Here's where you are in your treatment. So it was ultimately Trey and his dad's decision, and they decided that after coming off the center that they wanted to give it another shot. So it's been a tough journey for him. But I think in his words, a rewarding journey. He's leaned hard on his faith in God. He's leaned on his family. And he's had a lot of support. He told me a great story. He said that he was working out, I guess soon after they found out what was wrong with him. He was working out there in the facility, and he said Coach Fulmer came by and said, Trey, I just want to see how you are, and sat there and talked to him. And he said, I want you to know we will send you anywhere in the world. We'll go anywhere in the world we have to get you with the right people, the right doctors, to make sure you have a good rest of your life, that you're healthy. Don't worry about football. All that matters is you. And he says, Trey says, that is the kind of thing when you're 18 years old, you're going through this, you're dealing with all these emotions, you're reassured that you're where you're supposed to be. And he said he's had that type of love and support from everybody he's encountered at Tennessee right on through. Teammates as well.
Now, Chris, you touched on it a little bit there and everything that you said, but Trey's doctor indicated to you that essentially there's always going to be a risk that these blood clots come back just perpetually. Did you sense any reluctance at all from Trey about that, about the fact that there's just always kind of this chance floating out there that he could have this problem?
No, he knows, and he's aware of that there's always that recurrent chance of blood clots returning. And that's whether you're on stay on the centers or you're not on them. There's probably less of a chance of one recurring if you stayed on the centers for the rest of your life. But you don't want to be on those things unless you absolutely have to. There's also a risk associated with it if you stay on the blood centers. It's more susceptible to bleeding. If you were to fall and have any kind of trauma, hit your head, get in a car wreck on the centers, that's the last thing you want. So he understands that. And I think part of the reason they're going to put him on baby aspirin is that helps prevent a recurrence of blood clots coming back. So, he understands that. His dad does. That's been laid out for him. But he wants to play football again. And, again, this was a consensus decision reached by several doctors that it was okay for him to go back. Now, he'll be closely monitored. He's got to undergo another scan again before he goes back into contact, to make sure there's nothing there. But he'll be closely monitored. They'll watch him. The thing that Trey's a smart kid. You guys have talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that Dr. Klink told me, he says, the clots in your lungs are the scary ones. Those are the ones that scare you to death because those are the deadly ones. And sometimes athletes, and Jason, you know this, you don't want to tell anybody what's going on. You try to push through things. And I think initially Trey tried to do that back in February. But he says, thankfully, Trey came to us and said, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what's going on. So they were able to get to this early. Imagine if he never would have said anything. He kept trying to push through and then got out there in spring practice. I hate to think what might have happened, or even all the way through spring practice. But he was honest with him. He told them they were able to treat this. Because if this is something they would have found out, in April or May, there's no way he could have played, had any chance to play football this year. And that was never the priority anyway. It was to making sure they got him the right treatment and he got well and healthy again. But no, they will watch him very closely, and I think he understands, Trey's smart enough to understand that he has, as his sister asked me, advised him, listen to his body, communicate with his doctors, tell the trainers, tell them what's going on as they go through this.
Chris Lowe here in the Swain event, brought to you by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine on a Wednesday. Chris, we talked about the medical side with Trey Smith. On the football side, I'm pretty sure Jeremy Pruitt is very excited to now have a guy like Trey Smith there in the trenches, and you add Brandon Kennedy. Any discussions about how this offensive line will look now with the addition of Trey Smith? Now he's been cleared.
Yeah, and Jeremy he's excited to have a kid like that back because he told me, Jeremy said, Chris said the kids look up to Trey. He's such a leader. The way he works, the way he goes about his business. And he said, I think it gives him confidence to know that he's going to be back out there. I don't think there's any question it gives him confidence. I mean, he's their best football player. I think he's the best offensive lineman in the league. Certainly if he's healthy. He says they've gone over a lot of different scenarios where they're going to play him. Where they are right now is they're going to leave him on the left side of the line there instead. So they're going to play him either left tackle or left guard, and then sort of shuffle from there. And Brandon Kennedy will be their center, the kid that's transferring in from Alabama. They're optimistic right now that Chance Hall is going to be back to be able to play, which is a huge plus. Now, he's got to stay healthy. He hasn't been able to stay healthy to this point. So he'd probably, he would be a guard. The junior college kid they brought in, the tackle, I think will be the tackle. I tell you, the guy that was really impressive this spring, the guy they really liked, was the Tarvin kid.
Yep, Jerome.
He was about as good as anybody during spring ball. So if everybody stays healthy, and from having played the game, rarely does that happen in the offensive line. Okay, but if everybody stays healthy, they got a chance to be really good. I think they got a chance to be one of the upper-level offensive lines in the SEC. Now, they're going to cross-train guys. They'll play Trey at tackle. They'll play him at guard. They'll do that with some other guys. Remember, he played every position last year but center.
Sure did.
But that's the plan going in, and they'll sort of go from there and see, how much Trey can play early. Is he able to play? Is it, Chance Hall, what's his availability? So they'll answer all those questions as we get into camp. But it's put it this way, Jason, a lot better outlook right now in the offensive line than it was 3-4 months ago.
Yeah.
Chris, you're hitting there on the offensive line, but in talking to Coach Pruitt, what's your sense of how comfortable he is where his team is going into fall camp?
I think, again, getting guys back, because the team we saw in the spring, he's hopeful won't be the team we see now, because you're going to get guys back. Kirkland, what's he going to be like? Jawan Jennings. I think Jawan has done everything that they've asked him to do. He's been on track to get back and be a contributor, but he's still got that injury, the knee injury, which I think was a little bit of a setback. Not a setback, but he had to do the procedure a couple times. So how healthy is he to start the season? We'll just have to find out. Scared about the defensive line a little bit. But every coach is. You never can have enough depth there. So that's an area where I think that they're just going to have to sort of fight and survive and get through. They've got a chance to be outstanding at linebacker. And feel good about the back end. So it's a team that they're going to have to continue to build depth and create depth. Young players are going to have to play. Quarterback position is one that, they just don't know. I would say Garantano is the odds-on favorite to win the job. They like his ability, like his talent. He's got to do all the other things to prove to them that he can do all the things that his quarterback can do. Chris was the guy they wanted because they had to have somebody else to come back in and have some competition and have a backup plan. Is he going to be the starter? He's got to sort of show on the field that he can be that guy. He's not a great athlete. He doesn't have a great arm, but he's smart. He's played it. He's played obviously at an elite level before. But I don't think that when you look at quarterback right now at Tennessee and compare it to some of the other situations in the league, because this has a chance to be one of the better years for the SEC at quarterback, which is different than what we've seen in this league, because that's not been a very good position for the SEC over the years. But you look across the board now, all of a sudden, lost to Missouri, the 2 kids at Georgia, the 2 kids at Alabama, Bentley at South Carolina, Fitzgerald at Mississippi State, even the kid at Ole Miss. And of course, I haven't hit everybody, but this has a chance to be a deeper crop of quarterbacks than we've seen in the SEC. I think at Tennessee, it's still yet to be determined who it's going to be and how they're going to play. But I think that right now is probably one of the biggest question marks for this team going into the season.
Chris Lowe here on the Swain event. Chris Lowe, SEC contributor there for ESPN. Chris, Jeremy Pruitt had his first experience at SEC Media Days. I thought he was night and day different as far as confidence and delivery and approach from other times he spoke to the media, especially his intro press conference. He looked very comfortable. Looked like he had practice on delivering, his statement on Tennessee and answering questions, stuff like that. His first test was, does he take the bait from Aaron Murray? Aaron Murray and David Pollack had some things to say about his time at Georgia. I got a feeling what Jeremy Pruitt wanted to say, but he didn't go there. He handled it very, very well. What's your opinion of Jeremy Pruitt from SEC Media Days?
No, I think he did well. And I think, Jeremy, you're right. His skill evolved in that area. He's not had to really do that before as a head coach. Any of us, when you're not used to getting up there in public and speaking, certainly at a gathering like that, I can remember the first time I ever did that, at booster club meetings, the quarterback clubs, or even being on TV for the first time. So, nobody's as big a TV star as you are, Jason. You were born that way. But you have to get used to it. You really do. So I thought he did fine. And here's the thing about Jeremy, okay? He really doesn't care what you say or I say or Aaron Murray. He knows why he's here. He knows what he's got to do at Tennessee. And listen, we've all been guilty, the media, the fans, of talking about a coach winning the press conference. Oh, Butch Jones is great. Derek Dooley. Remember Derek Dooley came here talking about wearing Johnny Majors pounding that desk and wearing those orange breeches, Lane Kiffin. It doesn't matter ultimately. What matters is what you do on the field, how your teams play, how they improve, how they develop, how you recruit, how you develop those kids. Can you manage the overall program? Coach Former was a great manager of the program. You know that. You played for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can wear all the different hats that a head coach has to wear. I think Jeremy can evaluate talent. He knows what he's looking for. He's got a plan, all right? He will recruit. He's got a good recruiting staff around him. And I think he'll be good at coaching and developing players. What's his game management going to be like during games? Well, we don't really know that yet because he's not been a head coach. How will he manage the program? How will he manage kids? How will he manage people in the periphery, the media, donors, boosters? He can do a little bit of a bull and china shop. I don't think that's any big secret. I find Jeremy refreshing. I've known him for a while because having covered Alabama all these years, I was down there a bunch. I got to know him a little bit. He's like a lot of coaches. You're going to have to win his trust. People are. But he's going to tell you what's on his mind. He's not going to be afraid to step on toes. And he's going to coach his football team. All this stuff on the periphery at the end of the day, if you can't go out and make third and short, you can go out there and beat Georgia and beat Florida, beat Alabama some, and be in contention and win some SEC championships. Doesn't matter how charismatic you are in front of the camera. It doesn't matter what you say or how you say it. In this league, you're not going to be around very long.
Yeah, no. Hey, it is what it is. You got to win games. He understands that and can't get caught up in things that don't really matter at the end of the day. Chris Lowe, ESPN. Chris, it's always a pleasure, my friend, to talk to you and pick your brain. And I'm pretty sure the good people listening really found a ton of value in your words today. So thank you so much. And dead end is on me next time. So let's schedule it for, sometime like in 2019. How about that? Me and you.
I tell you what, about the time that you finally invite me to your Hollywood Hills house.
Oh, man. Chris Lowe, man, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Now, if it's on Chris, we can go today.
Yeah.
We can go to lunch today. Now,
I'm
if it's
down.
on me, I'm going to need some time. I'm going to need some time to get my money together. My banking account, my checking account, they ain't really communicating right now. So that is from Kevin Hart.
You got to swipe the card on your jeans.
Yeah, I got to wipe it off. It's a little dirty. It's a little dirty.
And look, and if it's declined, don't tell everybody. Pull me to the side and tell me by myself.
Exactly. Don't me put my business on the streets. Look, Kevin Hart for you this morning. Chris Lowe's time is brought to you by Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, where they specialize in regenerative, non-surgical orthopedics. So they treat damaged ligaments, tendons, joints, including rotator cuffs injuries, knee instability, elbow, foot problems, by injecting the injured area with stem cells, PRP. This form of treatment is performed under ultrasound guidance, so they can see exactly the area that's bothering you. And I am a living testimony. I had an ankle injury that bothered me for a while after my playing days, and we went in, we did some prolotherapy, and it was not reacting to the prolotherapy. But once we did the PRP, the platelet-rich plasma treatment, I was feeling good. My ankle feels great now, and it would not have if it was not for Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. So before you opt to get surgery, before you freak out, just go see Dr. Carlson and the Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine team. Cheryl, they do an unbelievable job, and they are the leader in this area, this space. The leader. There's doing it, and there's leading the entire movement here in Knoxville, and TRSM, they are the leader. So go to their website at TR. Wait, what is that? What is that website? What is that website again? Let me get that. TRSportsMedicine.com. I almost said Tennessee Regenerative SportsMedicine.com, but it is TRSportsMedicine.com. All right, we will be joined next by Savion Williams, who committed to Tennessee yesterday. Number one JUCO defensive tackle in the country. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. Swain Event will be right back.
Looking for a different way to enjoy the Swain event? Then check out Swain Event TV, brought to you by Toyota Knoxville. Follow the show on Periscope and Facebook Live.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork, and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, My Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today. We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
Looking for a different way to enjoy the Swain event? Then check out Swain Event TV, brought to you by Toyota Knoxville. Follow the show on Periscope and Facebook Live.
Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue, and I'm so excited to be joined by Tennessee defensive tackle commit Savion Williams, 6'4", 315 pounds, from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, Lackawanna Community College there in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Made his announcement known yesterday, and he joins us here on the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Savion, man, good morning.
How you doing, Mr. Swain?
I am great. First question, man. What is the official age on your birth certificate, man? I just need to know, man. I saw the pictures, Savion. I saw the pictures, man. I need some confirmation, man. What does it say on your birth certificate? How old are you, sir?
I was born February 8th, 1998, so I'll be 20 years old.
Gotcha. So February 8th, you heard that, folks. If you want to tell him happy birthday or whatever. All right. So Savion, I talked to you a little bit about this last night. I've been checking out Last Chance U, and you kind of see how you have to really dig in deep and start to think about your reason why and identify your reason why, because it's not easy at all, man, playing at JUCO level and not having all the resources, and sometimes feeling like, hey, I don't know if I want to play football or not, because it's so difficult. The odds are kind of stacked up against you. What is your reason why, man? Why are you playing this game, and what helped you push through all those times when it didn't seem like there was light at the end of the tunnel?
So I started playing football. I played a little bit of football in the 8th grade. and I didn't have the grades really to play 9th or 10th. So I reclassed in the 10th grade and played. I would say 10th grade was really my first serious year of football, and ever since I started playing football, I just started to fall in love with it, and in high school, I had a pretty good high school career. It's just, I couldn't go where I wanted to. I had a couple of Division I AA offers coming out of high school, because my grades were pretty bad, and the light didn't switch for me, until about midway through senior year. So it's okay though, because some people it takes longer than others. Everybody's not the same, but
that's right.
I went to JUCO and. It is what I expected it to be. It's definitely. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely hard. And it's. And when I first started, it was definitely something it took me a minute to get adjusted to. But, stuff like the food sucks, and you got to walk into the practice field every day in the scorching hot sun and stuff like that. The dorms, 4 or 5 people to the room, so it's like it's definitely the grind, it's definitely the struggle, and you really have JUCO's not for everybody, but you really to be in JUCO, you have to have, you have to really love this game, because like I said, it's hard. So I just I'm just I love football that much that I'm willing to do what I got to do to be where I think I deserve to be, and that's a Tennessee ball.
That's right, man. I know you know that you still have a lot of work to do, and you still have goals that you want to achieve. But, man, being able to go from JUCO to a place like Tennessee, that is a huge accomplishment. So congratulations. And I'll tell you this, too, Savion, you don't have to worry about the food stinking anymore. You probably witnessed that over the weekend. There's going to be some good food around here for you. So, and we know we got to feed you now. We got the truckloads of food ready for you, because we got to feed you, man. We got to have you ready to go and beast these offensive linemen here in the SEC. We got to have you ready
yes, sir.
to go, man. So you don't have to worry about that at all. What was because your commitment kind of came out of nowhere, okay? So obviously you seen something you liked, you talked to people that you liked, you felt maybe very comfortable with going ahead and getting it done. Maybe you decided to put it off and want to wait until the end of the season or whatever, but you decided to do it just out of nowhere yesterday. Why did you decide to go ahead and get it over with?
It's just me and my mama on the way back from Tennessee. We were just talking to each other and thinking about stuff and what we thought about Tennessee, and just kind of I really like what they got going on in Tennessee, and I like the main reason I chose Tennessee is it's just I get a kind of genuine feel from them, like I feel like like in other schools you go to the Alabamas or the the Georgias and stuff like that, you feel more like a statistic, you know what I'm saying, like like a guy, and that's another player. I went to Tennessee, and I felt like they really going to care for me off and on the field, and nothing against Georgia, because I took a visit there, so don't take that's because I had a great time at Georgia, but it's like Tennessee it just blew me away where their coaching staff. I sat down and ate dinner with Coach Pruitt, and then that's what hit me the most at first, because there's not a lot of times where you get the head coach to just sit down with you of an SEC school and just talk to you and and want to know about you, so that was pretty big.
Savion, the competition in the SEC is obviously going to be a tad bit stronger than the community college circuit. What are your expectations coming in terms of competition here at Tennessee and the SEC?
I definitely know the SEC is the big boys, as people call it, and definitely I know I got a challenge coming my way, but it ain't nothing that I've done faced before. I gotta keep working. I gotta keep getting stronger. I gotta keep getting faster, and that's gotta be in my playbook a lot. I know it's a whole different ball game up there in the SEC, so it's all about me getting better and progressing as I go on.
Savion, we see a lot of defensive linemen take over football games. Ndamukong Suh, Nick Fairley, Aaron Donald. Who do you model your game after?
So I actually That's funny because I kind of think that I'm kind of a Ndamukong Suh, type of build. I mean, about 6'4", 308, and that's I just feel like I definitely play a lot like him, strong, tenacious, a lot of effort. I feel like definitely I look up to Ndamukong Suh, and I definitely want to be like him because me and him, I feel like we play similar. I play like him, and I kind of if I can kind of get the same production, that would be great.
Man, yeah, I remember Suh in Nebraska. He was nasty, mean,
Yep.
and that's exactly what we need here in Tennessee. Just mean, not apologizing for slinging the quarterback to the sideline, making him hit the Gatorade cooler. I'm all for that, man. Let's get it on. So Savion, I'm watching your film, man, and I'm watching you in practice, and I mean. The poor offensive lineman. I mean, you just drove him back. He's on skates. I mean, how does he even make eye contact with you after you did him like that in practice? I mean, how does that work when you dominate someone that bad? Don't they feel uncomfortable around you for the next day or two?
Well, I mean, I kind of like after I make a play, I kind of just go back to the huddle and go back to the huddle and focus on looking back at the next play. I really don't. I'll pay attention to them, but I mean, I don't know how they. I don't know. I think.
Hey man,
funny.
It's all right. It's all right, man. Talk a little trash, man. It's all right, man.
Yeah.
It's all right. I saw you drawing a little bit there on the film. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And I'll tell you this next thing, Savion, is I know you were trying to be super gracious to Georgia because it's a very serious process. They wanted you. You felt more comfortable at Georgia, and they know it's no hard feelings. You just have to follow your heart. And I went through the same process. But don't worry, man. Vol Twitter got your back. So if you got some Georgia fans that want to come at you, just say regulators, and then Tennessee fans they have your back, man. Don't worry. We'll mount up for you, Savion. Don't even worry about that. We got your back. We'll fight your battles. You don't say anything. You just let us know. We'll take care of Georgia fan. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, Savion, man. Thanks so much for your time today. We can't wait to see you here in Orange, and congratulations. I know it's been a long road, but my brother, you made it, and there's still more road to travel, still more goals to touch. But congratulations on you committing in Tennessee, having the opportunity to get a degree here from Tennessee and do something special for your family. So thanks so much for your time, and congratulations, my friend.
Appreciate that. Go Vols.
That's right, man. Savion Williams, #1 JUCO defensive tackle here on the show from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. I will say that when I was younger, I used to travel up there. My dad lived up there, back in the day. So I actually still have family in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Yeah.
How about that? I
how
know
about that?
There are plenty of connections to people nationwide to Scranton, PA.
Really? What kind of connections?
A big love for that city.
Wow.
A lot of people know. Are you aware of Dwight Schrute, Michael Scott?
Oh, I know all about Dwight and Mike.
Any of those guys?
They're my boys.
Home of the Office, Scranton, PA, which is where Lackawanna Community College is, where he goes to school currently. Savion.
Lackawanna sounds like a Nickelodeon camp, like those shows.
Camp Lackawanna.
Yeah, like they at the camp, the shows.
Come and get slimed.
It sounds like that, man.
You know what I really wonder? This is personal too. Is he a Ravens fan?
Ooh.
I mean, he might be. The Ravens, they have a nasty, tough persona. I mean, he may be. I didn't ask him.
Well, you know who has a nastier persona, and that's the Steelers defense.
Oh my gosh.
Boo.
They used to, man. They used to. They don't have that on defense anymore.
Not exactly the Iron Curtain.
I'm sorry to let you know, man. That's not the same.
Charlie, let me know when you get to the Super Bowl and win one. Let me know
1999,
when
baby.
you have a 500 record swing. Although I will say,
you got me.
Anthony Miller, he's been tearing it up.
Don't worry. We go
Chicago with your boy Mitch Trubisky.
Don't worry. We got something for you this year. Don't even worry. The Bears will do. I think really well this year.
Look,
but you got me. You're right. I'll be quiet. But when you
my team's look. You can throw out. I mean, my team. There may not be a team in sports over the last 5 years who has wasted more talent than my Pittsburgh Steelers. Best receiver in football, best running back in football, Hall of Fame quarterback. talent along. I mean, the defense isn't what it has been, but they still have talent on the defense. One of the best offensive lines in football, and they haven't won anything of significance.
Hey, man.
Hey, I'll keep it real now.
Hey, keep it real. Hey, keep it real. I mean, that is true. All of our teams, y'all's teams are a little bit better than mine, but hey, this is the year to make a step. Let's see if the Titans can make it. Let's see if the Steelers can finally beat the Patriots. It's going to be an interesting year. 865-200-5503 for what is coming up next.
For what is coming up on the Swain event.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. The next thing you know, you're being arrested for DUI. Be responsible, but remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call DUI and criminal defense attorney Marcos Garza. Put this number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty, say Garza. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799. Gentlemen, get back in the game. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men over 40 may have low testosterone? Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. Do you know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers. Low T Center made it quick and easy. I walked in, I took a simple blood test, and I knew my result in about 20 minutes. Their service is even covered by most health insurance. So give them a call, 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388. Or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Craving homemade flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at the grocery store with flavors of home in every bite. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gold gluten-free select cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy the sweet taste of a home-cooked meal in every container. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
Small town when I'm
Butch Jones replacing Philip Fulmer on the Jumbotron.
For what?
People getting drunk and stumbling into the wrong house.
For what?
Butch saying a chart told him to kick an extra point instead of going for 2.
For what?
People who break the law while breaking the law.
For what?
It's time for what here on the Swain event. Our show is fueled by Daddy and Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. 865-200-5503. All right, what we got, guys, for what?
As a New York Yankees fan, this for what?
You get it for what? Just for being a New York Yankees fan. I love it.
Shut up. I'm gonna send. Never mind. The New York Mets lost to the Washington Nationals by a score of 25-4 last night, and it resulted in Jose Reyes, one of the worst players in baseball statistically this year, having to pitch. And normally, position players, you see that from time to time. You know, when you're either up by a lot or down by a lot, managers usually don't want to use up a relief pitcher rather, and save him for the days to come, so they'll throw a position player out there. But normally, it's 2-3 batters they face. Jose Reyes did not pitch just one inning. He threw 48 pitches. A position player throwing 48 pitches, and he gave up 6 runs.
The Mets were created in, it looks like, 1958. And that was the worst loss in the history of the franchise.
The Nationals scored 7 runs in the first inning, and then 3 runs for the next 4 innings, and then scored 6 runs in the 8 innings. 25 runs on 26 hits. I mean, that's absurd. You don't see that kind of stat line in baseball. And the Mets have been awful this season. Awful, awful, awful. And they've had bad injury luck all season long. But to lose a game 25-4? This is like the Steelers losing like 79-3.
I mean, that's a monumental, like I said, the worst loss in 70 years in the history of the franchise. So, absolutely insane. And also, like, they were a team that coming into the season, people were like, well, maybe you might see something special from them this year.
It's not absurd
Maybe.
for people to think that because they have Jacob deGrom, Noah Syndergaard, and Zach Wheeler,
Yeah.
3 of the best pitchers in all of baseball. So you had a fantastic rotation. And then in the lineup, you had Yoenis Cespedes, one of the best power hitters in all of baseball. And you had some good young talent, Brandon Nimmo, Michael T. Conforto, whatever.
They're just
And
trash.
everybody's gotten hurt, literally.
Well, I got it for what out of where else, everybody? Say it with me. Florida. Here is your headline. Florida man wielding live alligator chases people in convenience store, and there's a video. So, Ben, just hit me. This is an interview with the man who chased people around in a convenience store with an alligator. Can you hit me with that one?
Of that happening at all.
At all. This store sells some good liquor. I drank a lot of it that night.
The viral video shows Robbie Stratton running through a convenience store with an alligator in his hands. He takes the animal in the beer fridge as well.
I don't even remember coming up here.
We asked Stratton where the alligator came from.
No clue. No clue. I literally came to the store and he was in the back of the truck. They told me what I did was stupid and I'll be facing some charges here soon. And probably go to jail, probably not. We'll see.
He says he regrets his decision and he's been in contact with the FWC.
There you go. Might go to jail. Might not. I don't know. We'll see.
Since when did we start doing interviews with these dudes?
That was really, I mean, what a get for that news station, first of all.
The best part about that interview was no clue where it came from. I have no idea where
It was
that came
just
from.
it was in the bed of my truck when I got here. I don't know.
I drank a lot of liquor that night.
This store got some good liquor. I drank a lot of it last night.
My goodness.
Yeah, doesn't remember a thing, does not recall chasing folks around the convenience store with an alligator. And there is, past that video of his stupid interview, there's an actual video of his friend filming him in the store chasing people around with the alligator. So, I mean, it's a whole audio-visual experience, just for what. I'll put it in... I'll put it in the show notes so folks can see it. It's a good one, but classic Florida stuff.
If I'm in a convenience store on vacation in Florida and somebody comes running at me with an alligator, the moment that alligator is no longer in their possession, they're catching some hands. Then I'm not even thinking twice about it.
Which one, the alligator or the guy?
Well, the guy. Like I said, the moment he sets the alligator down, he's getting a 1-2.
I'm not going to be around for when he doesn't have an alligator because I'm running the 4-2 out of there. So, I mean, I'll have to catch you around. I had to catch you a different day without the alligator.
What if you're the store clerk?
Good point.
That's a good point, man. That's a good point. I don't really know what I would do.
I would stand on the counter, and then once the alligator was gone and that guy was still there, he'd catch a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do, man. I don't know if the guy would actually feel it because he just said he was drunk and he didn't even know how he got the alligator. So I don't think hitting him at that time would probably affect him much at all. So hour 2 is brought to you by Alumni Hall. Get game day ready. Now there is ready, getting ready for the game, and yeah, you got you got some Tennessee stuff on, and you're mentally ready for the game. But there is game day ready, and that's how you can be prepared there with Alumni Hall. 6 convenient locations in Tennessee. Knoxville has 3 locations. You got Paper Mill, you have the mall, and then Turkey Creek, and then you have locations around the state of Tennessee, right there in Murfreesboro. And surrounding areas. So 6 convenient locations around Tennessee. But don't worry, if you are outside of Tennessee and you want to shop at Alumni Hall and get game day ready, you can do that 24/7 at alumnihall.com. That is the website, alumnihall.com. Get game day ready. Yeah, that was a fun interview, man, with our man Savion there.
Well, I said that
really showed that I think if he gets here and becomes a key contributor for this team, he's a guy that if I'm the PR team at Tennessee, I'm putting him out front. I specifically his answer to my question where I asked, what are you expecting coming into the stronger competition of the SEC, where he just said, I got to step my game up. I got to become better. That's the key. Answers like that is exactly what they want to hear when you're talking with media. He was really good. I was thoroughly impressed. It was good stuff.
You know what I took away? He was born in 98.
And just purely days after Tennessee, or I guess no, Tennessee won in 99. Tennessee technically won that natty in 99.
Right.
So about exactly a year before Tennessee won the national championship. So
about 11 months because national championship is in January.
January, yeah. It was like January 6th, 99, I think.
Golly.
Man, I feel old. Gosh.
Man.
Darn it.
Shut your mouth. Now. I better not hear you ever say anything like that about how you feeling old. You still smell like Similac over there.
Does it smell like what?
Similac.
What is Similac?
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. Talking about he old. He don't even know what Similac is. Get out of here.
How you spell that?
Oh, my goodness. 865-200-5503. B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. What is Similac?
No, I did. I mean, there are times when I guess how different in age are we? Swain, what are you, 8 years older than me? 6?
I'm 34, man, so you do the math.
30, so you're 8 years older than me. But yeah, like I had a conversation with my wife's little cousin, he's 14, and I was like, oh yeah, we were talking about 9/11 for some reason. Like 9/11 came up, and I was talking about it.
Talking about my birthday,
and he was like, hey, there it is. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Ben's birthday on 9. that was the most important thing that happened on 9/11. But we were talking about it, and he, I said some stuff, and he was like, I wasn't born. I was like, oh yeah, you were 4 years away from existence at that point. And yeah, there are still moments, even though we are not as advanced in age as yourself, Swain. I definitely have moments where I feel old.
I was looking at some high school pictures of me last night from junior and senior year, and at that time I was 16, 17, almost 18 years old. And at that time, you just feel so old when you're 16 and 17. You feel grown. And looking back on it now that I'm just 22, I'm like, I was such a baby.
Even when I go back to campus at Tennessee now and I see the kids, they're like freshmen coming in, I'm like, oh, man, they are children. They're little kids. I mean, I'm almost a decade older than them at this point. So,
Did you find out what Similac was, Ben?
Oh, yeah, the baby formula.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby formula.
Why would I know what that is? I don't have any kids.
Oh, my goodness. 865-200-5503. Anita, come get your boy. Anita, come get your boy. That is Ben's mother's first name.
Right. I have been sucking up to my parents all week long because I have to turn my rental car in tomorrow, which means that I should be getting my new car over the weekend. I've been trying to butter them up.
Yeah, you trying to get a Charger, man. You trying to look like a Alabama commit riding around here, ain't you?
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to fit in with Jeremy Pruitt.
I mean, hey, do what you gotta do, man. Just give me a ride.
I got you.
Yeah, man. Give me a ride. I'm tired of driving around. 865-200-5503. Hour 3 is around the corner. Stick with us here. Swain Event, 8:50 a.m., 100.9 FM, Rocky Top Sports. Be right back. At some point in your life, you're going to need an attorney. You need a guy like Jared Castile with the law firm of Butler, Vines, and Babb. Jared Castile is East Tennessee born, and he understands what giving his all truly means. To Jared, every case is big and every client is important. He will aggressively push your case to make sure you are quickly paid every dollar that you deserve. Give Jared Castile a call, 865-244-3933, and talk with him directly. His office is located at 2701 Kingston Pike. So if you've been injured in a car wreck,
Let Jerry Castile and Butler Vines and Babb fight for you.
There is an 80% chance of showers today, cloudy with a high of 78 and a low of 68. Tomorrow, the chance of rain drops to 70% with a high of 78 and a low of 67. Friday, things clear a little more with just a 50% chance of precipitation and a high in the low 80s. I'm sitting here with head ball coach Steve Spurrier. Coach, how do you feel about Gators After Dark?
Well, I had to go to Coach Mullen and tell him you misread the sign. It says work up silly, Gators, not work silly Gators. Easy reading comprehension. That's not too surprising. Wish Mother Nature would have rained out their silly little costume workout. Click clack.
As always, weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give Be Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, Be Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. Be Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words: better call Be Dry. Reach out to Be Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call Be Dry.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1-year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Hey Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell them Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com. Warranty good at participating dealers.
Having surgery can be scary, and having to navigate around a massive medical center can be even more overwhelming. Fortunately, the premier office-based surgery center in Knoxville offers a convenient and affordable option for surgical care. Our skilled surgeons and friendly staff treat you just like family. Everything at our state-certified accredited center is designed with your comfort in mind, and Premier offers flat fee package pricing for basic gallbladder and hernia procedures. Visit premiersurgerypackages.com for more details. The Premier Office-Based Surgery Center. Surgical expertise you can trust.
Hey Annie, you're the spokesperson for Toyota Knoxville, right?
That's right.
Why should I buy from Toyota Knoxville?
Are you looking for new or used vehicles?
Does it matter?
No, because Toyota Knoxville has over 390 new Toyotas on the ground and over 350 pre-owned vehicles available to choose from.
Okay, so big selection.
And a lifetime warranty at no charge on all new and select pre-owned vehicles.
A lifetime warranty.
A non-factory limited lifetime powertrain warranty with unlimited miles. Plus 30 years of experience in Knoxville, not not just serving our customers, serving our community.
And the buying experience?
Hello, it's Toyota Knoxville. Read the reviews. Talk to anybody that's been there.
Okay. Where am I going?
Toyota Knoxville is at I-40 and the Lover Road exit. Go to Parkside Drive. You can't miss it.
Can I tell them Annie sent me?
I wish you would. If you're passionate about the car you drive, come meet the people that are passionate about the way they sell at Toyota Knoxville. ToyotaKnoxville.com. Warranty good at participating dealers.
You're listening to the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue. Check them out online at deadendbbq.com.
Hour 3 here on the Swain event is powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again, and they can help. Several locations in Tennessee. You have a location right here in Knoxville, beautiful West Knoxville, and Farragut. You have 2 locations in Nashville, 1 in Murfreesboro, 1 in the Tri-Cities, and 1 in Chattanooga. And Low T Center is reinventing men's health. And so, guys, go with the leader. Go with someone that knows what they're doing. Don't try to diagnose yourself and treat yourself. Let the Low T Center do that for you. One of my favorite things working with the Low T Center is getting the testimonials back. And I got one back a couple days ago. And, of course, I'm not going to say his name, but it just says, I want to thank you so much for your show. It's helped me in multiple ways. I never miss a show. This young man is only 20 in his late 20s, but he says he's had problems for a while with fatigue and weight gain and anxiety and other issues. He said he finally bit the bullet and asked my doc about Low T, and their test came back okay. So he decided to go to the Low T Center there in Chattanooga. He said their tests were better, and they helped me get my tea back on track. Your story about you checking your tea helped me swallow my pride and try to figure out what was going on. And so his decision to go to the Low T Center, and it starts with a decision. I mean, at the end of the day, it starts with that. You have to make a decision that, hey, whatever things you think about Low T or it's maybe not true. Do your research and understand that it does affect your mood. It does affect your energy levels. It does affect your weight, current weight. So go to the Low T Center. Just find out your numbers and then go from there. So thank you for that testimony there from our good friend that listens in Chattanooga. All right, 865-255-03, B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Today must be a good day because as soon as I said 8, the phone started ringing. So. that means we're going to have a good day today. Again, Savion Williams did a really, really good job. I talked to Trevor Daniel yesterday, and I had to record that interview because he is at training camp there with the Houston Texans. So we recorded that yesterday. It was a lot of wind there, but he did a really good job, and I think it sounds okay to play. So we'll try to play that at the bottom of the hour for you.
I believe that the Houston Texans training camp, and I'm Googling this as we speak, but I believe the Texans training camp is taking place in West Virginia.
Well, no wonder.
Well, the reason I bring that up is that we need to call Trevor back and get him to go undercover and blow up the West Virginia football team from within. We need to create some tension on that football team, especially on the offense.
I mean, at the Greenbrier Sports Performance Center, which is that's West Virginia.
I mean, I would say okay, but Trevor is an undrafted free agent. He's trying to earn a job. He needs to focus.
Look,
we got it. We got West Virginia. We don't need Trevor Daniel on this one.
I agree with you. But my thoughts on Trevor Daniel being an undrafted free agent is that, and this is no disrespect. Truly no disrespect to Michael Pilardi and Matt Darr because they've been able to have an excellent career to this point. But it is in my opinion that if those two can make it in the league, Trevor Daniel can definitely make it as a punter in the National Football League. I mean, Trevor Daniel is one of the greatest Tennessee punters of all time. And that's truly – he had a remarkable career here.
He might be the best punter since any Will Hoyt was here. But
That's bold because they're, a legendary family, but.
I mean, the Colquitts.
Colquitt, sorry, not
Could
Wilhoits.
you-
Not,
Wilhoits.
Yeah,
Colquitts.
Colquitt, sorry. Yeah, and the brothers Colquitt. Yeah, and so I'm excited to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, we talked about the Colquitts during the interview, so we'll play that for you at the end of the bottom of hour 3 here.
Real quick before we get to Neyland Mafia, a little note on West Virginia that dropped yesterday. West Virginia, their cornerback room took a hit as UCLA graduate transfer Denzel Fisher did not sign his letter of intent and is not expected in camp. So
Talked about that briefly yesterday.
Yep. Sorry, my bad. I should have
No,
known.
it's a good point because it's going to affect the game.
No,
So.
most definitely. But I mentioned it the reason I brought that up is because on Monday I had mentioned that they had 3, 4, 5 graduate transfers along the defense that was expected to help them out, and especially in the secondary that was not that good last year, and that's a big blow for them. So,
Let's get to the phones.
Neyland Mafia.
Let's get to Neyland Mafia. Neyland Mafia, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, sir.
This is just kind of an observation, as sometimes I always do. We got the Title IX lawsuit settled, AJ and Mike. That business, it finally ended. And I thought, what a long, hard journey it's been. And specifically, I started thinking about Shiano Sunday and the kind of unprecedented, stuff that happened and everything that had went down. I remember there were a lot of people, particularly going back to when it took us 6 months to hire an athletic director. There were a lot of people saying maybe we just needed to burn everything down and start over. And so I went back and looked at some of the things that have happened. And since Shiano Sunday, a lot of this is, it's remarkable. Butch Jones fired, Shiano tossed, Pruitt hired, DePietrio, Hart, Curry, Cheek, Davenport, all gone. Philip Fulmer restored. The Board of Trustees has been transformed. The recruiting office has been purged and rehired, and we even or they even fired the doctors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when you look across the whole athletic department and everything that concerns football, it doesn't even remotely resemble what it was a year ago. And there were people saying, okay, we're the caretakers of the program now, T-shirts, and it was the Vol Revolution, and all this. And to an extent, when you sit back and catch your breath about all of it, for better or for worse, it does kind of feel like it's our program now. And all the changes, I mean, it's like the ripple effects just continue almost on a daily basis. And it was like a Rubicon was crossed that you couldn't go back. And I can't remember, which I'm the biggest UT homer there ever is, but I can't remember being so hopeful again. It was like there was a sickness, and the kind of the Vol Revolution purged it. And sometimes, I mean, when I was writing these things down, everything that happened, I was like, my gosh, I don't know of anything. And here's the thing, you could argue that, well, you gutted everything, now what do you expect? Guys, we were awful. We were awful. It was a joke of a program. It was a joke product on the field. It couldn't do anything but get better once you cut the sickness out and all these incredible changes started happening. So as we head into fall camp, it's astonishing, unprecedented, what's happened in just a short time after kind of an unprecedented revolution. And it's kind of both scary and it's kind of really, really, really hopeful. And just kind of curious if you guys had ever stopped and was like, whoa, all this did happen. Everything was purged, and kind of what you think about that.
I mean, I used to stop and think about everything that happened. And thanks for the phone call, Neyland Mafia. I'll just tell you my approach now. I unless I have to, reference something and use an example from that ugly time, I try to look forward and really focus on where we're going, That doesn't mean that you don't bring it up, you don't talk about it. But I really try just to move forward. That's my intention is to try to think about where we're going. But it was a bad time, and hopefully it's a constant reminder that you can't do this unless everyone is doing their job and they're pulling in the right direction. It doesn't matter how much money you have. I don't care that you made billions of dollars or millions of dollars in your profession. You ain't a football coach. You ain't a GM. You're not a football guy, okay? And hopefully this is a reminder to all boosters or people around the program that have influence because they have a lot of money, is that hire people that can do the job and support them when they need support. Either don't hire them or support them when they need support. Anything else, you're just creating an issue. And you look at programs like Texas and Texas A&M, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be winning because they have more money than anyone. They print money with that oil down there. But yeah, I mean, I think about it every once in a while, but I try to stay focused on kind of where we going. I mean, Tennessee is getting some really good recruits. Our players are energized. Trey Smith is back. I just try to really focus on the positive and moving forward. But when you are in this business, you can't just always be negative or always be positive, in my opinion. If you're going to be good at what you're doing, you got to call like you see it. And the truth is, it was a dump. And we're not out of the woods yet. We still have a lot of work to do. We're still a 4-8 and 0-8 program right now. Until we play our first game, that's how people look at us, even though we're going to feel a different team. But that's a reality. And so we embrace it. We work together. It's a constant reminder. It's a constant reminder. Every time someone wants to do their own thing, a player wants to, not give his all. A coach wants to, treat someone like dog crap because he can and abuse his power, or a booster that wants to abuse his power. Everyone that's involved with Tennessee football being successful, hopefully you reflect and look back on what happened during those times, and it's a constant reminder that you need to stay in your lane. You need to play your part, do your job. Do your job. Either get on board or get the hell out of the way. Period. And that should be what you think about.
I've definitely thought about it a lot. That side of things really interests me on top of obviously the sports that we talk about here every day. There has been a giant purge and turnover. It hasn't been enough, in my opinion, so far. There's still people in the athletic department from Curry's regime. DePietro is leaving, but he's not out. And do I trust this new board of trustees to place someone in there that's the best candidate possible? No, not yet. I want to see what they do. Yes, I think the turnover is good. Hasn't been enough yet to convince me that everything is great to make me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Outside of Philip Fulmer and Jeremy Pruitt, no, not really. Because there's so many moving parts at Tennessee, and there was so much infection.
I agree.
So much.
I agree with you on the administration aspect of things, but I disagree on the athletic part, because I do look around campus and I see a lot of good positive things going on with the baseball team, men's basketball. Women's basketball will always be women's basketball. And then Jeremy Pruitt's got things going in the right direction. And softball. Yeah. So
we will take a break, and we'll come back and get to the text box, taking your phone calls at 865-200-5503, live from the Low T Center studio. It's a Swain event.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
VFL's Jason Swain and Todd Kelly here with our Men on Football and Smoothie segment. Let's discuss some of our favorite smoothies and how they impact our lives. TK, Man, tell me which smoothie comes to mind when you think about playing defense.
Swain, the Peanut Butter Power Plus and the Power Punch Plus provide the energy needed to make plays every time they take the field. Then you have the Gladiator and the Hawk, nutrition every dominant player has to have. Bottom line, everyone wants to be a dominant player. Now, Swain, you tell me about the offensive side of the ball.
TK, it's simple. You always score with Smoothie King. The shredder personifies what we are going to do to opposing defenses. The Berry Punch and Activator will light up the scoreboard. And in case we need to go into overtime, the Pure Recharge will put us over the top for the win.
Swain, you know I love football and Smoothie King. I'm a VFL, a Smoothie King for life. The Chocolate Gladiator and the Chocolate Shredder with the scoop of peanut butter, that's my go-to smoothie. They get a chest bump all day.
Yes, sir. This concludes our Men on Football and Smoothie King segment for today. Don't forget the Sip by Sip program. Use Smoothie King as a meal replacement 5 or more times a week, and you'll feel and see the difference. Smoothie King, the healthy alternative to fast food. Delicious and nutritious. TK.
Don't forget the peanut butter. Yeah, boy.
If you love the Swain event and you want more of the show every day, you can now get it with Swain Event Plus. Swain Event Plus features exclusive, in-depth interviews with former Vols.
She saved my life. I probably would have never made the college, man. I looked at him and said, Coach, no disrespect. I'm going to Tennessee. I'm going to play in the SEC.
With Swain Event Plus, you can also get access to the exclusive podcast Reel on the Hill with Tennessee media legend John Bryce.
What is going on there with that battle?
I had lunch with some folks over the course of this past week who indicated some inside the program believe that Jarrett Garantano is really ready to take that next step.
So go to SwainEventPlus.com right now to sign up and check out all of the amazing extras that you can get. That's SwainEventPlus.com. Get more.
Gentlemen, get back in the game. Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men over 40 may have low testosterone? Low T levels can make you feel tired and grumpy. Do you know your numbers? Well, I know my numbers. Low T Center made it quick and easy. I walked in, I took a simple blood test, and I knew my result in about 20 minutes. Their service is even covered by most health insurance. So give them a call, 865-392-1388. That's 865-392-1388, or go to lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, team, listen up. It's tailgating time again in Tennessee. But most importantly, team, you're going to need to refi that tailgate and the truck it's attached to with a refinanced auto loan with Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union with their Got That promotion. They'll give you up to $500 for your debt. Are you serious, Coach? That's right, Johnny. Alcoa 10 will pay you up to $500 for your debt. Now, let's get out there and spread the word. Say it with me. Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10, Alcoa 10.
ATFCU is an equal housing lender.
At some point in your life, you're going to need an attorney. You need a guy like Jared Castile with the law firm of Butler, Vines, and Babb. Jared Castile is East Tennessee born, and he understands what giving his all truly means. To Jared, every case is big and every client is important. He will aggressively push your case to make sure you are quickly paid every dollar that you deserve. Give Jared Castile a call, 865-244-3933, and talk with him directly. His office is located at 2701 Kingston Pike. So if you've been injured in a car wreck, let Jared Castile and Butler, Vines, and Babb fight for you.
For a replay of each day's Swain Event TV, like us on Facebook.
Hour 3, powered by Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Today's lunch special at Dead End Barbecue is the kitchen sink burrito. Flour tortilla loaded with brisket, pork, chicken, queso, tater tots, and their red, white, and blue coleslaw, fried jalapenos, and a spicy barbecue wing sauce served with chips and salsa there at Dead End Barbecue. 865-200-5503 is the telephone number to the B-Drive Waterproofing Hotline. And Seth Stokes does it again with the weather report, dropping the Steve Spurrier. It's not working silly, Gators. Y'all acting like you're just working silly. That's just hilarious from Seth Stokes. He does a good Steve Spurrier.
Drop it in the bucket.
Does a great Steve Spurrier. So Good stuff here on the first day of August. Fall camp is starting on Friday. And I was joking when I said this a couple days ago, but I really think that J.J. Peterson is going to show up during practice. His high school coach, Rush Probst, said that he's going to be here on Thursday. We shall see. He is on the roster. He is what looks to be on, I guess, in Tennessee's system as a student, and so we'll see. Not being here in June and July and showing up on the first day, showing up a day before the first day, that does not happen a lot.
Did you have a teammate that showed up to school during practice?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. Usually, you get there, you get your stuff unpacked, and you have classes. But if there's anyone I think that will be okay, I think it's J.J. Peterson, because he has been prepped for this opportunity. When you are a player for Rush Probst runs his program like a college football program, and him and Jeremy Pruitt have a lot in common. And so I'm not really worried about J.J. Peterson. It's just we don't see this every day where a guy is getting into school and reporting a day before the first day of practice. But he'll be all right, man. Football players are football players.
I'm not worried about him at all, but it is a step back. I mean, he just missed an entire summer.
It's not ideal. It's not ideal.
Right. He just as a true freshman and somebody that you hope is going to have a big impact as a true freshman. I mean, it'd be preferred to have him in meeting rooms all summer long and being accustomed. I mean, just like I wouldn't be surprised if – I don't want to say he'll have a bad first practice, but he probably won't have a good first practice just because he'll be doing everything with caution just because he's going to be trying not to mess up.
I don't know.
He's not going to know what to do. I mean, he's not going to know the people he's interacting with.
Hey, he may. I know how coaches think, and they tell you – if you mess up, you better mess up full speed. So if he just goes full speed, he'll be okay because he's going to mess up. Everyone's going to mess up the first day of practice. So if he just goes full speed, he will be okay. Yeah, ideally you want every kid to come in as early enrollee. You want them to come in January and have that extra semester of weight training and schoolwork. But I would rather have him one day before fall camp than him going to JUCO. So I will take this. I will take this. If he's ready to play as a true freshman, great. If he's not, then he'll redshirt. But I want him here than any other place in the world. So glad that it's going to work out and he's going to be here. Thursday is what his high school coach, Rush Probst, said. All right, Daniel W. says, I'll admit, I was on board with the Mullen train during the coaching search. Praise the Lord, I did get my wish. Would have been kind of the same thing we saw with Butch. Dan's a good football coach, and I knew about some of the issues he's had with some of his defensive coaches and other staff members he's worked with, and I don't know if his personality would have really fit in here. Obviously, he is not attracting really talented players right now in Florida. But he's a good football coach, and that's something you cannot take away from him. He proven that he can coach ball, he can develop talent. But, boy, man, he is a cornball right now.
Butch Jones 2.0 in that department.
Yeah, absolutely.
The video that they put out, the picture that he took with his moose knuckle, that is Butch Jones to a T.
Yeah.
It really is. And the thing that he has going for him, like you said, he's a really good football coach.
He's a good football coach, man. All right, just a Mac also here on the text box says, I've said all along that this team is full of playmakers, just unproven. These guys are hungry to bring the Vols back. Pruitt may not have his guys, but he has a group of guys that can play. The wide-out group is going to be sick. Mark it down. I mean, anytime you see my man up there with the Chicago Bears, who was coached by David Johnson, you see him and what David Johnson was able to do at Memphis. Our wide receiver group will be prepared. They will be technically sound. They will play with effort. They will block on the perimeter. They'll be coached up. There's no doubt about it. That tree of wide receiver coaches down there in Louisiana that David Johnson has learned from and worked with, they're really, really good. And so I don't doubt for 1 second that our wide receiver group has the opportunity to be our best group on offense and maybe our best group on the football team. I mean, they have an opportunity with Jared Guarantano because of his arm talent and how live his arm is and making deep throws look really easy, with chemistry being created during the summer. And now in the fall, as we hit fall camp, this wideout group can make some big plays. It can cover up some deficiencies on offense when you're getting chunk plays, when you're getting 25-yard gains and 30-yard gains and 50-yard gains. You do not have to be perfect on a 16-play drive. You don't have to worry about some lineman jumping off sides. You don't have to worry about as much, giving up a sack and derailing the entire drive. You make some big plays, it takes the pressure off of everyone. And so I think we have the receivers to be able to get that done. We'll see. Rodney and Austell asked about Savion Williams, if he was an early enrollee. From what I understand, he is. So hopefully that stays, that's the case all the way up until January. But I believe so.
I will say his 24/7 profile does not have the little clock next to it.
Okay.
That is not a definite, he's not an early enrollee. But things could change.
Yeah.
I know if I was in JUCO, I did go to a community college. It was not fun compared to UT at all. I would be getting out of there as quick as I could if I was Savion Williams. And I'm sure he has that same mindset.
Yeah, you just never know. I mean, he mentioned himself that he struggled with grades in the past. And to enroll early, you got to be pretty up on that stuff. But that's not to say that it can't happen. I'm just saying,
I mean, he's been in JUCO. I mean, he's older, he's more mature. The clock, the light switch is probably cut on for him. There's an opportunity to get out of there and get to Tennessee, and so that motivation there.
Seeing the light at the end of the tunnel can change everything.
Help him.
Community college changes things because I struggled in high school in terms of I didn't want to put forth the effort in the classroom, so my grades suffered because of that, because I was being lazy. And then when I got to community college, the light switch flipped for me.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he mentioned it, that light switch flipped for him when he got to community college. So being at a community college and being surrounded by people that quite frankly, you are better than, that they're the type of people that you probably shouldn't be hanging around, that does something to you mentally, and it gives you encouragement and motivation to get out of there.
Now we all have the same desired destination, and that is success. Everyone wants to be successful, right? But there are different roads. There's different ways that we get there. Some of us on our way there, man, we get off an exit. We wonder and sometimes go in the wrong direction. Sometimes we get a flat tire. You might have a kid that's unexpectedly born, or someone passes away in your family. Emotionally, you deal with it, or anything can happen. But we get to our destination in different ways, and so for Savion, getting here to Tennessee, that was the plan for him probably out of high school, which is to play big-time college football. No, he didn't do it fresh out of high school, but he's here. He's here just like a third-year junior would be if he came out of high school. He's here. And so I'm glad that he has this opportunity. And I don't care if it would have been Tennessee, Georgia, Florida, whatever. When you watch Last Chance U and you watch these young men have to play in conditions. I mean, listen, they put themselves in that position, but not a lot of positivity, not a lot of resources for those guys to be successful, and they're not necessarily surrounded by guys who are positive influence either. And so it takes a strong willpower. It takes some good people in your corner. Just keep you focused on getting out of the JUCO. And so Savion was able to do that. And so very, very happy for him. We'll get back to the text box, but coming up next, we will play our clip with Trevor Daniel, who at times during his career was the most valuable player on our football team. and he is with the Houston Texans, and there's not a doubt in my mind that he's going to be in the NFL for a very, very, very long time. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
Top 100 barbecue restaurant Dead End Barbecue has a new slew of daily specials. Enjoy a different special meal every day, like the Chipotle chicken salad, the chicken tender sandwich, or the kitchen sink burrito filled with brisket, pulled pork, and chicken, not to mention queso, jalapenos, and more. It's called the kitchen sink for a reason. Dead End isn't stopping at your plate, though. Be sure to check out their new summer drink offerings, including the Big Orange Crush, Mike Clementine, or the Tequila Squirt. There is always something new at Dead End Barbecue. Located off of Sutherland Avenue, Dead End Barbecue. The summer flavor search is over.
You're driving home, flashing blue lights in your rearview mirror. You pull over, step out of your car, and the next thing you know, you're being arrested for driving under the influence. Now what do? We all should be responsible. But remember, just because you're arrested doesn't mean you're guilty. Call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza at 865-540-8300. The investigative teams at the Garza Law Firm know the justice system inside and out. They utilize cutting-edge technologies and investigative methods to prepare your specific case. Before you plead guilty to any criminal charges, call criminal defense and DUI attorney Marcos Garza. Put his number in your phone right now, 865-540-8300, because you never know when you or a friend will need it. Don't say guilty. Say Garza. 865-540-8300. 865-540-8300 and GarzaLaw.com.
Get ready for a better school year by shopping the Back to School sale at Better Mattress happening now. Whether you're a parent or a student, you know a good night's sleep makes a difference in your day. Whether it's the patience to sit in school traffic or the concentration you need to pass your test, a better night's sleep is super important for the whole household. Right now, choose a twin, full, or queen bundle deal, all starting at just $379. The Back to School bundle deal from Better Mattress is everything you need in one stop for a better night's sleep. Get a mattress, box spring, frame, sheets, and a memory foam pillow, all delivered for free, starting at just $379. You choose the size twin, full, or queen, the price stays the same. We know one size doesn't fit all. Over a dozen different mattresses qualify for this offer. Have a better school year this year. Get the Better Mattress Back to School bundle deal while supplies last. Tell them Seth sent you and ask to try my mattress. Don't wait, shop now. Chat live with the representative at bedrmattress.com. Good night just got better.
We have all made the mistake of dropping or breaking our smartphones. See? But did you know that you can have it repaired for a fraction of the cost that it takes to replace it? Well, you can, because iDrop is the area's leading mobile repair store, home of the 1 hour or less phone repair, 1 year parts warranty, and #1 customer service. Broken screens, cracked cameras, charging ports, batteries, you break it, we'll fix it. If you didn't break your phone, protect it with one of our leading accessories such as LifeProof, OtterBox, UAG, Incipico, Caseology, and Spec. Visit our West Hills location at 7115 Kingston Pike between Office Depot and Hardee's, or call 865-888-9740 and speak with our trained technicians to see how we can get your phone working today.
Goes your car insurance. Nobody likes surprises, so switch to Erie Rate Lock. Get a great rate that stays that way even after an accident, ticket, or inflation. In fact, it's locked until you change a car, driver, or your address.
Your Erie agent in Knoxville is InsureFit RM. Get a quote at 865-684-4900. That's 865-684-4900.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
JC's Tree and Landscaping Service specializes in quality tree work done at an affordable price. Trimming and removing trees are their specialty. They also offer other services like land clearing, stump grinding, crane services, and all of your basic landscaping needs for both commercial and residential. JC's will give you a free estimate and beat any written quote by a competitor to guarantee that you get the lowest price around. Don't risk your land with a fly-by-night service. JC's Tree and Landscaping is licensed and insured. Give them a call at 865-599-3799.
At work, can't call in? Don't feel bad. You can talk to the guys on the text box. It's part of the free Swain Event app.
Swain Event and SwainEvent.com, fueled by Dead End Barbecue, top 100 barbecue restaurant in America. And we are joined by former Tennessee punter Trevor Daniel, probably one of the best punters in Tennessee football history. Helped Tennessee win several games and kept Tennessee in a few other games here during his time in Tennessee. He is now with the Houston Texans, and he's joining us here via the B-Dry Waterproofing Hotline. Trevor, what's up, man? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jason. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing phenomenal. It's so great to have you on. It's been cool to see you, grow. Come on as a walk-on, turn to a 3-year starter, and then establish yourself as one of the nation's best punters, so much that people started calling Tennessee, punter U. And you got to be careful with that, Trevor. You can't say PU, right? Because it sounds a little funny, right, Trevor, when you think about it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It does, don't it?
Yeah, but no denying how instrumental you were. I played with both Colquitt, so Dustin and Brenton. And they would just flip the field, turn the football game around, allow the defense to really have some successful possessions. But being from Nashville, when was it in your mind that you wanted to come play at Tennessee?
I mean, I grew up a Tennessee fan. No question about that. I'm from Tennessee. I don't see how you can't be a Tennessee fan. But, once I started playing football and I started to punt in high school my junior year, and I realized, I could take this thing to the next level. I kind of realized maybe, what if I could play at Tennessee? What if I walked on and made a name for myself? And so I turned down a few small school offers, and I just kind of chased my dream to play at Tennessee, and it worked out.
Well, obviously, you took the job and you're 3-year starter. What was kind of the evaluation process from college to pro? Because you don't see a lot of guys getting drafted, specialty guys getting drafted, but you see a lot of guys making it and lasting a long time. Kind of how was the combine pro day process for you? How was that evaluation process for you? How did you handle it?
You just got to be patient when it comes to that. You're just sitting around waiting to hear from teams, if they want to give you a workout or whatever. And but like at a pro day and the combine, you had most teams there were to watch you, and it was just you had to have a good day that day, and hopefully you could turn some heads, and that's kind of what I was going for, and just give it my best and see what I could do with it. And I had a few workouts after pro day, and one of them was with the Texans, and I had a really good day. And I just remember Coach telling me you'd fit in really well with the Texans. So I was just kind of thinking maybe that'd be a good spot for me, and here I am.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you next is, when you go undrafted, you have teams that want you, that show interest in you. Was the fact that they kind of talked to you and reached out to you, was that the reason why you selected them? And who were some of the other schools that you were considering? Other teams, that you were considering?
Yeah, it is one of the reasons. Another reason is just the whole situation here with the current punter, Shane Leckler, and just the whole situation. I think it's just set up works better for me than with some of the other teams. And some of those other teams were Eagles, Browns, and there's a few more. Can't really remember, but those were kind of the three I was really considering: Texans, Eagles, and Browns. And then I just felt like talking to Coach Steely for the past couple of weeks beforehand. I felt like he was confident in me to come in and I'd get a fair shot and hopefully, win this job.
Give me what you consider a better feeling. Dropping a punt right at the 1-yard line, coffin corner, goes out of bounds, perfect, or blowing up a punt returner in the open field. What feels better for you, Trevor? Which one gets you on a high a little bit more than the other?
What was the second option?
The second was blowing up the punt returner in the open field. So, you know how punt returners are, man. Listen, I used to be a punt returner, okay? And we just don't respect punters, okay? We see you guys. Listen, we see you guys in the open field. We just automatically think we're going to, make you miss. All right? So, what would feel better? You dropping a punt right there in the 1-yard line or blowing up a punt returner in the open field?
See, that's a tough one. I mean, when you got you dropping on the one, you're helping the whole team, But that personal feeling of, knocking somebody out like that, I feel like, I don't know. I think that would be more exciting.
Hey, did you have one of those hits at Tennessee? Maybe not open field, but maybe one on the sideline where you caught a dude kind of under his chin a little bit, and he was not expecting you to lay the wood. Did you have one of those moments at Tennessee?
Nah, kinda. It was Appalachian State. He returned it down the sideline. I hit him going out of bounds. Didn't really hit him full hit like I could, and I wish I would have, because I would have knocked him out. But no, I didn't. I barely got him, but it was okay, I guess.
Hey, who are some punters that you kind of look up after, and you kind of pattern your game after? Maybe college, maybe pro. Who are some guys you look up to?
Oh man, I look up to a lot of them. Colquitt's obviously, Brett Kern with the Titans. Now Shane Leckler here with the Texans, and he's been a big help. And I really just try to model everything I do after what he does. He's a great example of what a pro punter should be on and off the field. And so I just think, if I could just follow in his footsteps, I think everything's going to work out for me.
Trevor, the last guy that went undrafted from Tennessee and signed with the Texans that I played with went on to be a Pro Bowl running back. Are you aware of that gentleman?
Yes, that's Arian Foster.
Do you hear stories about Arian Foster in the building there?
I haven't yet.
Not yet?
Maybe it's because a lot of the guys, I guess they don't realize I'm from Tennessee or played in Tennessee, so maybe when they, figure out, he's playing in Tennessee, they may share some stories with me.
You got to get
no, not yet.
Yeah, you got to get some stories about Arian Foster. So you're leaving as Jeremy Pruitt comes in, and obviously last year was not the way you wanted to go out, and you had some really good moments there, 15 and 16. Some of those wins against Georgia and Florida, dude. I mean, you were the MVP, especially in the 16 Florida game, making Antonio Callaway just really play dumb, to be honest. But you played great, man. Georgia game, you did a great job. Had some really great moments. Last year didn't go as planned, obviously, but you're on your way out, and then Pruitt and company, they're on their way in. What's been your impression of Jeremy Pruitt, if you've had any contact when you were making that transition?
Just from what I've seen, as a bystander, it seems like, he's kind of making it more, I really don't know how to say this, but kind of like Alabama almost. Yeah. It's just more structural, how do I want to say this? I just feel like he's got everybody working as a team. Yeah. There's no individuals. I feel like everybody's on the same page. I feel like, they're working really hard. I think he's brought in a great staff, and I'm really excited to see how they do this year.
Yeah, and we've talked to some of your former teammates that, people know that you guys were kind of told what to say, and you really couldn't let people know what was going on. But I'm just going to tell you, Trevor, we all know what's going on. We all know what went on. So it's okay. I understand you're trying to pick the right words, but trust me, everyone knows what happened and kind of know what you guys were dealing with, which is what I think the fans, I think, have even a more affection for you guys, because you were able to kind of get some of those big-time wins during a lot of the drama that was taking place. So just understand, Trevor, we all know. It's all good.
Yeah.
I've heard stories about you, man, dunking on people there at the T-Rex, man. Are you okay with sharing some of these basketball stories when you're dunking on folks, man? You don't hear about punters dunking on people now at the gym.
Yeah. No, we would go usually in May, or whenever we'd have, in the summertime, we'd have some time off. We'd go play, a bunch of guys, and we weren't supposed to be over there, but we were. And, yeah, dude, I mean, just that's if anything in basketball I'm good at, it's jumping. So naturally, dunking and rebounding is all I can do. I can't shoot, I can't dribble, just dunking and rebounding, man. So that's all I was good for.
Hey, that's all right, man. Hey, last question before we get you out of here, because I know you're super busy. What advice would you give this year's punter for the University of Tennessee on how to kick in Neyland Stadium, how to perform? Because you follow some great punters, the Colquitt brothers, and you were right up there with them, man. You were unbelievable, MVP of the team at times. What advice would you give the next punter at Tennessee?
You know, I would give the next punter, the advice would be just to be confident. I mean, I think, you know, your nerves kind of show a little bit when you go out there for the first time in front of 100,000. But you just got to be confident in what you can do, and you just know that you're capable of getting the job done, and don't compare to anybody else. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Don't worry about the other team's punter, how he's doing. Just focus on your job, and you'll be fine.
I like it. I like it, Trevor Daniel. I can't wait to cop that Daniel Houston, Texas jersey, man. Hey,
yes, sir.
I'll cop it, man, to represent my Tennessee Volunteers, man. So thanks so much for your time. We look forward to you coming back. And thank you so much for joining the show. Tennessee fans, they love you, and they know how much you contribute to Tennessee winning games here. So good luck, my friend, and we'll talk soon, okay?
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you, Jason.
All right, thank you. Trevor Daniel here on the Swain event, fueled by Dead End Barbecue.
Hour 3 of the Swain event is brought to you by the Low T Center and lowtcenter.com. Do you know your numbers? Feel like you again. Let us help.
There is an 80% chance of showers today, cloudy with a high of 78 and a low of 68. Tomorrow, the chance of rain drops to 70% with a high of 78 and a low of 67. Friday, things clear a little more with just a 50% chance of precipitation and a high in the low 80s. I'm sitting here with head ball coach Steve Spurrier. Coach, how do you feel about Gators After Dark? Well, you know, I had to go to Coach Mullen and tell him you misread the sign. It says work up silly, Gators, not work silly Gators. Easy reading comprehension. That's not too surprising. Wish Mother Nature would have rained out their silly little costume workout. Click clack. As always, weather on the Swain event is brought to you by Be Dry. If your basement is wet or cracked, Be Dry can help. BeDry.com. Do you have cracks in your foundation? A wet basement or a nasty, leaky crawl space? Our listeners have heard about them on the Swain event for over a year, and now it's time to make the call. Give Be Dry Waterproofing and Foundation Repair the opportunity to fix your home's problem. Since 1958, that's right, nearly 60 years, Be Dry has been solving basement, crawl space, and foundation problems throughout the country. Be Dry only uses high-quality materials from reputable manufacturers. They back their installations with some of the best warranties in the industry to provide homeowners with added peace of mind. They are truly an A-plus company. Whenever you start experiencing a wet basement, leaky crawl space, or a cracked foundation, remember these 3 words: better call Be Dry. Reach out to Be Dry today at 865-662-5238 to schedule your free appointment. That's 865-662-5238. Remember, better call Be Dry.
It's almost football time in Tennessee, which means it's time to get geared up at Alumni Hall. Find the best selection of Nike, Nike Golf, Tommy Bahama, and all those retro logos you love. Don't forget about your game day crew. Plenty of selection for the ladies, the little balls, and to upgrade their tailgate. Shop now at one of their 6 convenient locations in Tennessee or 24/7 at alumnihall.com.
Craving homemade flavors that don't take hours in the kitchen? Mrs. Grissom's cheese spreads and chicken salads are the perfect go-to. Ready-to-eat meals and snacks found in the meat or dairy section at the grocery store with flavors of home in every bite. Whether you crave the classic Mrs. Grissom's pimento cheese or the gold gluten-free select cranberry pecan chicken salad, enjoy the sweet taste of a home-cooked meal in every container. Select the best. Select Mrs. Grissom's.
Small town, like a small town when I'm
We're here with Dr. Mike Carlson of Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine. If you have orthopedic injuries such as shoulder pain, knee pain, or instability, Achilles tendonitis, golfers, or tennis elbow, do what I did and give them a call.
Yeah, Jason, we specialize in regenerative non-surgical orthopedics. So we treat damaged ligaments, tendons, and joints, including things like rotator cuff injuries, knee instability, elbow problems, as well as foot problems like plantar fasciitis, Achilles, things of that nature, by injecting with stem cells and what's called PRP, or platelet-rich plasma. And this form of treatment we do under ultrasound, so we know we have our target. And it also stimulates the body's own reparative process, and this allows for the healing of damaged tissue. And as you well know, numerous professional and collegiate athletes, guys like Steph Curry, Tiger Woods, and even yourself with your ankle injury, have been using this form of treatment for years. And so we offer that same type of treatment here in East Tennessee.
Visit them on the web at trsportsmedicine.com. Tennessee Regenerative Sports Medicine, East Tennessee's leader in regenerative therapy.
If you aren't following the Swain event on Twitter, then are you even on Twitter? Hit that follow button. It's the right thing to do.
Huge thanks to Trevor Daniel for spending some time with me yesterday, right after practice there with the Houston Texans. Thanks so much to everybody joining the show. We got about 2 minutes left, and then we'll wrap up for today. Huge thanks to Chris Lowe and Savion Williams. We will post the Savion Williams interview separately, so that way if you missed it, you can go back and check it out. Also with Chris Lowe, we will post that as well. Really good stuff about his conversations with Trey Smith and his conversation with Jeremy Pruitt. Was able to provide the Vol fans with some really, really good nuggets there as we approach fall camp. Tennessee is in still a really good position to get some really good players committed to Tennessee. High school football is starting, and so I think there was supposed to be a commitment, but that was I think I got maybe postponed a little bit. But Tennessee's in, again, really, really good spot. The numbers are filling up, which is a good problem to have if you're Tennessee, especially at the start of August. You can start to put guys in spots that are maybe a bigger priority than others if you want to do that. It's kind of the way it is right now in recruiting. And so Tennessee is in a great position. They got good players, but they can always improve if they want to. And a really good player wants to come to Tennessee. Tennessee can certainly take them and play with the numbers a little bit. So be on the lookout for Tennessee. They're on the recruiting trail. A great 7-day stretch that included the commitment of Savion Williams, but you got some really, really good players over the last couple of days. You addressed some needs there at corner. You got some big boys up front. And so Tennessee, I think, is top 10 in recruiting right now.
I believe number 10 to be exact.
On Rivals, I think they were top 9 yesterday.
I'm going to be honest. No disrespect to Rivals, but after the conversation we had while you were on vacation, I don't take Rivals ranking seriously anymore.
Well, and it's you have to separate it. You have to separate our local guys who do a phenomenal job that have nothing to do with the rankings, and then you have to separate different states. I don't think the same guy who evaluates Tennessee and does the rankings for Tennessee does them for every single state. So that's just one really bad thing that's going on right now. I hope Rivals corrects it and addresses it
for me.
But I do take their team rankings into consideration. I just don't take the Tennessee state rankings into consideration because it's a bunch of hogwash. Our time here is up. Swain event fueled by Dead End Barbecue. For Ben McKee, Charlie Burris, and Jason Swain. Peace and love. Have a great day.
Looking for a different way to enjoy the Swain event? Then check out Swain Event TV, driven by Toyota Knoxville and ToyotaKnoxville.com. Follow the show on Periscope and Facebook Live.